216 West Virginia Street in McKinney. Come by and try their casual quick service concept that serves upscale handcrafted sandwiches with Texas flair, which in Bassic terms means a lot of meat. More info at 1053thefan.com.
RJ Choppy here for my good friends over at Zero Res. That little sniffle that you have in your nose, well, that's allergies. And sometimes those allergens get trapped deep in the carpet fibers. You don't have to get rid of the carpet. You don't have to get a whole new house of carpet. You just got to get it professionally cleaned from Zero Res. You should do it once a year professionally with a locally owned company. Zero Res, owned and operated right here in Dallas-Fort Worth. They want to help you out, and you want to help support a local Texas-based business. So give them a call. Ask for the RJ Choppy Fan Special. Awesome offer. Check it out. 3 rooms, pre-treated, clean, and sanitized, $99 plus 100 square feet of tile cleaned, absolutely free. That's just an amazing offer from Zero Res. Like I said, locally owned, the patented and powered water system. You want to get your carpet professionally cleaned, and you want to ask for the RJ Choppy Fan Special. 214-37-CLEAN. 214-37-CLEAN. 214-372-5326 or ZeroResDallas.com. Spell it backwards or forwards. It spells the same as Zero Res.
Bad news. It's the final week for you to win $1,000. So let's get to it. Your next chance to win $1,000 happens at 16 past the hour on the Fan.
Segment right here is brought to you by DallasTruckWorld.com. If you look for a great selection of quality pre-owned cars and trucks, find yours now. Dallas Truck World.
All right, thank you, Lucius. It is the G-Bag Nation. We're about to find out what's coming up on the Ben and Skin Show. Talk with Ben and Skin. They're in Oxnard, California. I think the University of Maryland is handling this tragedy properly. It's kind of refreshing, actually, to see a university just put their hand up and be accountable for things that have happened instead of trying to blame people. But, you know, we're talking about the death of 19-year-old offensive lineman Jordan McNair back in June from heat stroke. And over the weekend, the story really blew up and put the head coach and the training staff in the crosshairs of a lot of people who felt like they'd created a culture that, led to the death of the player. And today, the University of Maryland president, Wallace D. Lowe, spoke with the media. They had a press conference just about 45 minutes ago, and he says we take responsibility from a legal and moral perspective, a legal and moral responsibility. So that's some pretty heavy language right there saying, look, this was our bad. You know, we had people in charge that we shouldn't have, and we feel a responsibility for it. I don't know how that all plays out in the courts and lawsuits and everything, but most of the time, universities are terrified of this, right? Like, oh, no, we can't admit something because then that'll make them take us to court and we'll have to pay them a bunch of millions of dollars. And the University of Maryland, after watching several other universities try to contort their way out of responsibility and let's protect everybody in charge and throw this coach or this athletic director under the bus, the president's just like, look, our bad. We feel horrible about our role. And, quote, they entrusted their son to us, and he did not return home. So, unfortunately, the tragedy happened, but I would like to salute the University of Maryland and their president, Wallace D. Lowe, for standing up and being accountable. Here comes the Ben and Skin Show now on 105.3 The Fan, and a good afternoon, gentlemen. How the heck are you?
Hey, boys, we're doing great. We are out here in Oxnard, California at Cowboys Camp, and, of course, we'll have opportunities for folks to win $1,000 at 15 past the hour every hour like you boys, and it's going to be a fun show today. Now, the Cowboys have an off day today, but we have a lot of amazing content in the can. We've got Bo Scarborough. You'll hear our interview with Bo Scarborough. He's hilarious at 4 o'clock.
I've heard that, yeah.
Oh, my God. Travis Frederick and Zach Martin together for a double back-to-back. They're together, but it's for 2 segments in a row at 5 and 5:20. And then we got to tell a story about last night. We were, if you were following the 105.3 The Fan Facebook page, and if you go to the Facebook page and like it for 105.3 The Fan, you'll know when we go online. And we went live because we found some seals on the dock of an area where there's a giant parking lot for boats, I think is what they call it, Gavin. And
marina?
Yeah, marina.
Okay.
And we were invited into we were invited into the boat of a strange man.
Okay.
And we went in that boat. And we've got that story coming up tonight at 5:40.
Adventuring was afoot. Did the boat
sir.
leave? Did it go out into the ocean and everything?
Well, you'll have to tune in to find that out, sir.
You got me teased successfully. So how about Orlando Scandrick? He released by the Redskins shortly before we went on the air this morning. I know you guys had developed a pretty good relationship with him. What's your guys' take on things not working out for him in Washington?
Well, you know what? It's kind of a bummer for him that injuries sort of wore him down. And, we could tell the last few years playing with the Cowboys, he was not the same player. And unfortunately, the sport eats you up and spits you out when you're hurt. So the spin was that we're giving him a time to catch on somewhere else. I don't know. That's a real nice thing to say. I think if you're bouncing with the guy this early in camp, it's a clear indication he's got no shot of making your team. And so you could say that and move on down the trail. But I think it's very possible that Orlando Scandrick just ends up being one of those guys that teams bring in when they got a bunch of injuries and he's there for a short time and then moving on down the road. He's probably had way too many injuries.
Yeah, very near the end of his career. We were asking earlier, and then we asked Mickey about this topic, so we'll throw it out to you. You got to pick one. Who is most likely to put on a Cowboys uniform again? Is it Orlando Scandrick, Dez Bryant, or Tony Romo?
Oh, okay. So
wow,
that's fascinating. I'm going to go with Dez Bryant.
He didn't burn any bridges.
Well, yeah. In fact, I think they were close to having those serious conversations about bringing him back before the Twitter tirade. I think Tony Romo is retired forever. In fact, I begged him to come back not long ago. He said, I'm good.
It's perfect, though. With Cooper Rush there, it's perfect. If it's a playoff team and Dak gets hurt in December.
You know what I said? Because he was telling me that kind of the same thing you've heard him say in interviews, how easy it got to be at the end. Not saying easy to be on the field. Obviously, that wasn't the case. But in terms of understanding what the defense is doing, that part became easy. And whether you can execute or be healthy are two other things entirely. But he's sitting there talking about how easy it was. And I was like, dude, come back. Come back. You just come back right now. You can come back. And he was like, I don't know what good it would do me. Like on my deathbed, am I going to look back and say, man, I came back and I won a Super Bowl? He goes, I don't think it would. Would my kids think I was a better father? I don't think they would. And man, I saw that ship has literally sailed.
He's got to be BSing you.
You get a gold jacket. If he wins the Super Bowl, he gets a gold jacket.
He was trying to take you off the scent.
No. That was, he just didn't want to say this to Ben. What he really wanted to say was he wanted to look him in the eye and say, Ben, every day is Romo Wednesday now.
Golf game's looking good.
And Scandrick, I think his just body's broken down. And, he's shoulder chip guy. And at what point if your shoulder chip is fractured, I mean,
yeah, I would say this though. The reason I think Scandrick is, I don't think any of those three guys are going to be back here, but the question is who's the most likely. I would think it's Scandrick because I think that probably by the time this season begins, Dez will be in another uniform, which means he's not available to you. And I doubt Scandrick is immediately in someone else's camp. And so God forbid this happen. But if you suddenly had three defensive backs go down, I think they would turn to a familiar face. I don't think he would last here. But I think the answer to the question of who's most likely to actually put on a Cowboy uniform again, for me, it would be Scandrick.
Okay, so now I'm going to pose another injury situation. Is this now more likely Beltre's last year to play Major League Baseball?
Ooh, good one.
I think so. I saw the hamstring acting up again, and I was like, man, his hammies just aren't going to allow him to play any longer. And plus, at this point, with them getting hurt as often as they are, how do you plan anything around him being there? I mean, you just can't plan to have a guy that's only going to be healthy for, a quarter of the season or half the season, and it's not going to get better with time. So I think we are watching the final days of Adrian Beltre as a baseball player.
It's the final countdown.
Don't know the rest.
So did you guys get out to the golf course or what? Let's talk about what matters.
Kick the soccer ball.
We played some golf Sunday morning, but didn't get to finish because we needed to get here and record Connor Williams. However, today at 4:50, we anticipate we will be teeing off on hole number 1 of the Lakes course over at River Ridge.
Will Ben Rogers be playing, keeping in mind that there is a show battle upcoming at some point in golf?
Ben?
Guys, I'm here to report that I will be golfing today.
Yeah. We're not doing the show bet. He's going to hire Jordan Spieth to take his spot. I'm not doing this crap with him.
No, you're not allowed to.
Oh, guys, I can't play. My ankle's bugging me. I'll tell you what, Tony Romo's going to play. How awesome is that for you guys? You guys get to play with Tony Romo. The bet is $10,000, though.
I love the accent you're using for fake Ben there. That is really
Here's the thing I worry about, though, with Spieth is if it's only a one-day event, he usually gets going on day 2. I don't know that he's going to get
That's a really good point. Yeah, I might have a
shots
chance.
fired.
You pretend it's day 4 and he'll be awful.
Hey, I'm gonna play. There will be a dangerous slice happening, and I'll probably quit several times during the round, but I'm at least gonna get out there and start this thing.
Attaboy. Well done.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, here they come. The Ben and Skin Show up next, 3 to 6:30 or so.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In Oxnard, California. So till tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Banny joining us at 12:20 on his off day. You're going home with the G-Bag Nation. Salute.
All right, guys, it's time for back to school, and my main concern is making sure my kids are safe. And even when I'm not at home, I want them to be safe, and I want your kids to be safe too. DFW Security has the most affordable solution for you to do just that. They have a back-to-school special. They have 2 options. Option number 1, you get your basic alarm monitoring for $12.95 a month, just 42 cents a day. This is the best value in DFW. You also get on this option number 1, 2 months free. So call 888-507-2344 and mention Mike, or you can go to dfwsecurity.com for option 1. Option 2 is going to be the same number, but this one is your smart security essential package powered by alarm.com. You're going to get access and control of your system right from your smartphone. You're going to have equipment and installation and activation all included. All you pay is the monthly monitoring. And if you call right now at 888-507-2344, the first 3 callers, only 3 callers, but the first 3 callers will get a keyless door lock and indoor camera with 2-way audio at no extra cost. You never have to worry about your keys again. You know instantly when your kids are safe and they've made it home from school. You keep tabs on them with sensor activity, record and live monitor them via camera, talk and listen to them with your camera, 2-way audio. You have all this one simple, easy to use app on your phone. 888-507-2344. Be one of the first 3 callers on option number 2. Mention Mike and check him out at dfwsecurity.com.
The one place to grab the fan wherever you go. Radio.com. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This CBS Sports Minute brought to you by SimpleSleepTest.com. Annoying snoring could be deadly snoring. Don't ignore the snore. Get tested today at SimpleSleepTest.com.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. It's been a minute since there's been an update on Urban Meyer, Zach Smith, and Ohio State football, so let's check in on that. Let's start with a report from the Toledo Blade that Zach Smith was arrested and charged with drunken driving in 2013. Even better, he was arrested but did not inform Urban Meyer of the fact that he was arrested and charged with drunken driving. And yes, Buckeye honks, I know what you're thinking before you say it. If Zach Smith didn't tell Urban Meyer about the DUI, how could Urban Meyer have done anything about the DUI? Fair point, but here's another fair point. Is it not the head coach's job to know everything? Didn't know about it or didn't want to know about it? Urban Meyer is always the smartest guy in the room, except when it comes to Zach Smith, then he's really dumb or really ignorant or both. The same guy who said once he didn't like the state of college football. My man, you are the state of college football. I'm Jim Rome.
CBS Sports Radio.
It's the Ford Summer Sales Event. And now, while selection is best, it's the best time to buy. With amazing offers across a full lineup of Ford vehicles, now is the time to make summer go right with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Stop by a local Ford store or shop online at buyfordnow.com, because there is no better time than right now to get behind the wheel of a new Ford during the Ford Summer Sales Event. The Ford Summer Sales Event is here. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on the 2018 EcoSport. Best-selling claim based on 2017 calendar year sales. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 60 months at $1,667 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 8/31/18. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for qualifications and details.
The Owner's Box proves that everything in Texas is bigger. So why not make it your HQ for all the big things you've got planned for college football and the NFL season? They've got 7 surround sound systems, a 16-foot laser projection screen, validated parking, and 72 HD screens showing all the games at once. So grab your friends and pounce on one of their mouth-watering burgers, ice-cold draft beers, or even grab a 100-ounce Texas beer tower with your friends. The Owner's Box at the Dallas Omni Hotel, your one and only football headquarters for all things big.
At El Pollo Loco, we've been grilling authentic Mexican chicken for nearly 4 decades. And if we've learned one thing, it's that fire is patient. Patient enough to coax something amazing out of a simple recipe of chicken, citrus, and spice. And that's not something you can rush, microwave, or fake. Our perfect slow grilled chicken goes into everything we do. From our traditional family meals to our burritos and tostadas. El Pollo Loco. Fresh from the grill.
Bring home the $20 family choice dinner with 8 pieces of chicken, 2 large sides, and your choice of bacon avocado or avocado mango salad.
If you're like me and you love, if you have a thing, then cutting the cord is scary. But then I found out I could switch to DirecTV Now and still get the live sports I love. No satellite needed, no bulky hardware, no annual contract, just...
Get the live sports you love. Try DirecTV Now for $10 a month for 3 months. Visit DirecTVNow.com. DirecTV Now. More for your thing. That's our thing. Use code YesNow for a limited time. Price for a little package. After 3 months, you lose monthly at full price. Currently minimum $35 unless canceled. Prices may change. New subscribers only. Cancel anytime. Content varies by package and may be limited. Restrictions apply.
It's Troy Hughes from 105.3 The Fan. And in the past, I owned a Mustang, an Explorer. I even owned an 89 Ford Probe. But right now, I've got my eyes on a new ride. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle, I highly recommend you go see my friends at Platinum Ford. They're located just minutes from the Metroplex in Terrell. And when you stop by there, Stephen Gilchrist and the Gilchrist family are going to help you out. General Manager Adam Vinci personally is going to help you out. If you want more information, go to the website, PlatinumFord.com. And don't forget, drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1 Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
A radio.com station.
Ben and Skin, it's your game right now.
Live from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard. This is the Ben and Skin Show on 105.3 The
Fan. They some bad boys.
Start time, boys, right now. You ready? Ready?
It's time to do it one more time.
Time to start the show where they throw haymakers. Coming from the city that played the playmaker. Try to come weekend, we'll rock your jaw back. Who you got? Stack 'em up with Aikman and Dahlback. Putting work with dirt, making haters berserk. Ben and Skin going out like Spock and Kirk. Popular with skirts and those who recognize real. Tell them about our name, then we'll tell them how we feel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hello, welcome, everybody. It's the world-famous Ben and Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan, coming to you live from beautiful Oxnard, California. Here at Cowboys Camp, thanks to our amazing sponsors, DMS Roofing, Craig and Brian Dyer, those guys, Omni Frisco, love those guys over there, Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Dulce Vita Tequila, and Twin Peaks. Thank you guys so much for having us out here, and thank you to you Tolos, for rolling with us and all of our brethren up here as we continue to try to give you the best possible Dallas Cowboys camp coverage you can find. And let me introduce the crew, if you don't mind. I'm Ben Rogers. I'm joined by my close personal homeboy since 1982, Jeff Skin Wade, Kevin KT Turner, the pride and joy of Olney, Texas.
Let's get lit, Oxnard! Turn up! Sweet.
And Jonathan Shippy Shipman, who is back at the studio in Dallas, the pride and joy of Plano, Texas, and apparently went to Missouri.
Yep, true.
Yep. All those things are true. Fun facts.
Fact, I'm a tiger. We're the only
You're
people here today.
We're the only ones at camp. And so
Pretty much for the week.
Today is an off day today, so the Cowboys aren't here. But luckily for you, we've been working our butts off. So we got a lot of fantastic content for you. We pre-recorded interviews with Bo Scarborough. We'll play that for you at 4 o'clock.
He's funny.
He may be the funniest guy on the team. In fact, the team, Jason Garrett has him telling jokes to the team. And we were talking to him after one of the practices, and we got into this thing about jokes. And he said, yeah, Coach Garrett asked me to tell the team a joke, to get everybody loose. And so Garrett continues to go to him to tell jokes. And so he was standing there next to Rod Smith, and Rod Smith was doing interviews, and he goes, hey, Rod, should I tell them that joke? And we're holding microphones up, and Rod goes, no, do not say that into a microphone. by no means.
He has the worst jokes.
By no means should you right now tell that joke to the media.
Oh, that's good.
And
It's a great joke.
it's a great joke. He told us off the record.
What was it?
off air.
Let's tell it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
guy goes to the beach. No, I'm just kidding. Bo Scarborough.
That was good.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, that wasn't the whole thing.
Oh, but the beginning's hilarious.
Yeah. It's better than the Joseph Randall thing going to a beach.
Typical
Coach
Randall.
Garrett. So Bo Scarborough at 4:00. Then we recorded Travis Frederick and Zach Martin together, and it could win us a Pulitzer Prize.
Oh yeah. Or I don't know, some other prize that's
Macaroni Trophy.
Pulitzer.
So at 5:00, Travis Frederick and Zach Martin, and it's going to go for 2 segments. Then today at 5:40, last night we're having dinner, and we realized that we kind of go out in this area that nearby where we were, and we hear something barking, and we're like, are those seals? It's not. It kind of sounds like that, but more aquatic. And yeah, a little bit more like that. And it turns out that there's a bunch of seals, and they'd taken over a marina. And so we wanted to get closer to the marina, and so we couldn't access. You can only if you owned a boat, one of those boat slips, could you get over there. And so we see a guy walking through to the private area to get over there, and we're like, "Hey, can we get in there?" And we'll tell you what ensued later.
Yes.
After that, because at 5:40 we're going to tell that story of the great adventure we went on last night, and I think we put our lives in his hands, really.
Yeah, and but we emerged unscathed. I mean, as far as the listener knows, they can't see us right now unless they're on the Twin Peaks webcam. But for the most part, we don't have any visible battle scars, so we live to tell the tale.
I'm comfortable saying this is the second weirdest night on a Ben and Skin road trip that I've had with you guys. And Canadian Thanksgiving was number 1.
Okay, what about
we went to a stranger's house for Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay, that was incredible. That I think tops this.
Oh my God, that was so weird.
Also, that was weirder than last night, but last night was really weird.
LaTroy Hawkins hooked us up in Canada to go have dinner with a family.
God, those people. We ended up playing, what's that, Games of Devastation or Cards of Destruction or what's Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
But also the time that we went down to the heroin pier and there was shark fishing and gangs and stuff.
Yeah.
That was a pretty weird night too.
Yeah. But last night kind of rivaled that one, I would say.
It was an incredible night, man. I really I thought that was spectacular. I really, really enjoyed that, and I look forward to telling that story.
Guys, I just tweeted out, I don't know if you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm at Ben Rogers.
I gotta block you because
How do you spell
political
Ben?
crap.
Got a lot of good stuff. I'd like for you to follow me if you don't mind. I just posted a kind of a schedule of some of the big things coming up on our show. Like Mike Minor's going to call in for the Rangers player show at 3:20, and
nice.
All those other things I just mentioned. And I posted 4 random pictures, and I would like for you to go through those pictures and tell me which of those you think is the best picture, because they're 4 of the better pictures I have, and I think I have my own personal favorite.
What's your Twitter account again?
It's at Ben Rogers. BenRogers. If you could just follow along with that, I'd appreciate it.
I think I had you muted.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Now we also are going to be giving away $1,000 every hour, 15 past the hour. So if you listen closely, you will have a chance to win $1,000. And you're running out of time for that. This is the last week of that promotion. This is the final countdown.
Yeah, man. Do you have a word yet?
No. We still got a few more minutes.
The
bird is the song.
We got about 7 or 8 more minutes.
Are those pictures? Is the one mashup? Is that me and you?
Yes. There's one mashup of my face on KT's head, but it's also got these other weird filters on it that are supposed to make it more manly, so it just changes the jawline and stuff. It's just totally altered in a bunch of different ways, and it's very special. Yesterday at practice, the thing that stood out to me the most, gentlemen, was a hit that Cheeto Awuzie put on Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, because it's the part of camp where you can't tackle. And so it was not wrap a guy up and tackle him. It was Dak made a little pass out the flat, and the second that Zeke turned around, Cheeto was right there, and he went shoulder right into him and flattened him.
Football, the contact sport at any level.
Great point, Too Tall. And he flattened him, and then Cheeto didn't budge. That was one of those things where I know that, and I remember when you were doing all the scouting on this, KT, we were talking about how physical Cheeto is.
Mm-hmm.
Very physical corner. But that's where you get a better feel for just how stout and compact a player is when Zeke turns around pretty much going full speed or getting ready to accelerate to full speed and bounces off Cheeto and goes straight down to the ground. It's sort of the kind of impact I would have expected had Zeke plowed into Jalen Smith, but not into a cornerback, man. That was really impressive.
And they're whipping Zeke into shape. The red zone drills that they did, Zeke was frustrated, basically. I mean, he caught a couple passes. They're running him all over the place out of the backfield, and I think that's a good sign of the plan, not only to run the ball with Zeke, but let's see if we can get him 50 catches this year.
Right. And, the idea that Zeke was out of shape because there were other players in the league and his fellow teammates were shaming him, fat shaming him, telling him that he'd put on too much weight. He looks great. There's nothing about that. Like whatever that was, he worked that off really quickly. Now we see in person. He looks to be like he's in fantastic shape and ready to, take on whatever workload they want to give him.
And also I'd like to order up, if you get on a menu, a big plate of crow, because I'm done with the Jalen stuff. He's all the way back.
Jalen, I don't know that he's Notre Dame Jalen, but he's a really good middle linebacker, Jalen.
Two plays
the nerves doing his thing.
Back to back. And again, it's red zone. So we're standing right behind the end zone. And it's one of the generic tight ends goes out for a corner route. And he's covering him all the way. And it's just great coverage. Next play, it's an out route to Zeke, or they're trying to flip it out to Zeke. And he gets from the middle to the sideline and makes the play. And I'm sitting here going, okay, that's all he's got to do. Long area quickness is there. I mean, long area speed's there. The short area quickness appears to be there. I think Jalen's going to be really damn good.
Are we now 2.5 years removed from the injury? The injury happened in a bowl game, right?
Yeah.
So we're 2.5 years removed from that catastrophic injury. And so there was all the doubt that it could ever regenerate the proper way. But if it was going to happen and the Cowboys had the medical, advice on this and they felt really good that it would happen, I don't think it's outrageous to expect after 2.5 years to like finally be able to see those results, because we can go back in time and go, well, that's a mistake to take this kind of a player that's a medical risk with a 2nd-round pick. But we've already lived through all that. Now we're 2.5 years down the road, and it's time to pay the dividends.
Yeah, and man, I was really impressed. First of all, yesterday we had this amazing vantage point. We were out on the field in the end zone, and the Cowboys were working on their red zone stuff that you were mentioning, KT. And we couldn't have had a better view. It was just phenomenal. We were so close to the action because we were in the end zone that they were going towards. And so we got to see everything unfolding. And some of the stuff they were doing there were not linemen, right? Like some of the stuff they did with linemen, some they did without linemen.
Yeah, some of it was 7-on-7, some of it towards the end was not.
And first of all, Randy Gregory running with the ones was really cool. But specifically, just back to Jalen Smith, watching, because Sean Lee's not really doing much yet, right? So
I think Sean Lee, and I think he was at practice, but I know Tyrone Crawford got a Veterans Day yesterday as well.
Every time I looked out there, the two main linebackers that were posted up in the middle of the field was Van Der Esch and Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they looked awesome together. I mean, working together, they are both huge. I mean, just massive. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited about Jalen, but I think some of the excitement about Jalen is kind of tempered in, the Van Der Esch thing, like, oh, let's take our time there. He looked really good to me yesterday as well. He's just a massive force out there. And there was cohesion those guys celebrating together after every play they made. It was really cool to see. There's awesome chemistry coming together between Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith. And when Sean Lee's out there, I mean, it's good. I know that you don't play a lot of 3 linebacker stuff, but maybe they should play more 3 linebacker stuff, because those 3 guys are probably going to end up being their 3 best players along with D-Law.
I think it also, though, just kind of comes down to, the other sets that the other teams are running. If they're going to go out there and run 4 receiver sets, one of those dudes is coming off the field. That's as simple as it goes. But that is, I just think it's wildly ironic that we did segments before the NFL draft, and I think we all agreed on our show that the weakest defensive group was the linebackers. Mm-hmm. And now here we are 6 months later, and you said it, KT, you were right. Joe Thomas looks like a good pass coverage linebacker. Mm-hmm. If you look at their depth, we haven't even mentioned Damian Wilson. If you look at their depth and you look at the talent they have there, that is their best position group defensively.
Ooh,
I think.
I'm going to go with corner. I think corner is there, but if you're comparing it to the full secondary, I'm with you because safety is weak. But cornerback, good God,
we probably need to hit that. By the way, do we know how long Jeff Heath is out for?
We don't. Got a little hurt yesterday. Looked like to be like an ankle type thing. I haven't heard anything, and they're off today, so they probably won't give us anything today.
Yeah,
but it was a harsh reminder that your backup safeties for Jeff Heath and Xavier Woods and Kayvon Frazier are Jeff Heath, Kayvon Frazier, and Xavier Woods. They don't have backup.
Did you guys know this? And I guess maybe this is old news, and I'm an idiot and didn't know this. Did you guys know that Chaz Green is carted off the field every single day?
Yeah, I didn't know that till we were standing there and they told us that.
I was like, God, he's getting carted off again. He's like, well, every day it's because of fluids. So why is he still on the team? Like, do we really expect him to perform in a game if he has to be carted off every practice?
Right. Okay, I want to go back to the safety thing. And by the way, I love that question, Skin. I the linebackers or corners, where's the most depth? I think I'm the most excited about the linebackers, but there's so much depth at the cornerback position. Does this make you more interested in Earl Thomas now? I mean, obviously,
I think the Earl Thomas thing is interesting because it's a tangible name and he's really good, but I don't feel like I need him as badly as I need some defensive tackles.
Mm-hmm.
If we get to the end of camp and we feel really good about Malik Collins, I'm sure I feel a lot different about that.
Right.
But I struggle with. I also like, for the exact same reason we're talking about Orlando Scandrick's, like he's about the same age, maybe a little older than Earl Thomas, and he's just done. I'm going, God, so if we get him, we have to immediately pay him all that money for the future. It scares me, man. I don't want to give a bunch of money to 29 and 30-year-old players, especially when basically every dude they paid in Seattle is already broken down.
All right, here's a chance for you to win $1,000. It's winning time. It pays to turn it on, leave it on. The word for this hour is IDEA. IDEA. That is the word IDEA. Text that word in to 72881, and you could win $1,000. And another good idea is to keep listening because you'll have more chances to win $1,000 throughout the rest of our show and throughout the rest of the week on all of our shows. But you've got to listen to get your chance to win $1,000. All right, we'll get Bo Scarborough is going to join us at 4 o'clock. Looking forward to that. We got a weekday update involving robot deliveries and DFW coming up at 3:40. But coming up next, one of the most interesting Texas Rangers players joins us for the Rangers Player Show as Mike Minor calls in. That's next on 105.3 The Fan. Before we get to that, I'd like to talk about the WinStar World Casino and Resort. It's an amazing time, and it's waiting for you right up the road. All you got to do is get in your car, head up 35, pass through Louisville, pass through Denton, cross that Oklahoma-Texas border, and you'll see it on your right. See all the big lights and the amazing facade of the structure there, which is the largest casino in the United States of America. And beyond that, it's so much more than just a casino. The golf courses are immaculate. Amazing golf to be played up there. Go catch a huge concert like Impractical Jokers coming to town. Stuff like that. I love that. And Florida-Georgia line, that's going to be incredible this Friday night. And anyways, look, a great time is waiting for you at WinStar. So what are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? Look, if you think about all the different things, all the different options, all the different reasons to go, I'm laying out a plan for you to go for 3 or 4 days and never leave and have a blast. 2 great golf courses there. Now that they added another 9, they have 36 holes. You have Redbud, you have Scissortail. Those are both great courses. Also, on the way, very soon, they're going to be launching it. You have roulette and you have craps. Yes, dice and ball games headed to WinStar. What more can I say? Top billing. So get your room, plan it around a great show coming up, and head north, 1 mile north of that Texas-Oklahoma border. It's the WinStar World Casino and Resort, where the good times always roll.
The one place to grab the fan wherever you go. Radio.com. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
Brown Foundation Repair is so confident in their work, they'll give you one of the best warranties in the industry. Search Brown Foundation Repair reviews and see what their many satisfied customers have to say about their quality work. Brown Foundation Repair, 972-271-2621. BrownFoundationRepair.com.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we help our members execute missions every day, like Operation
Get a car loan decision in less time than it takes to research SUVs with enough seating for the entire baseball team. Because we're carpooling all the way to the championship this year.
Car loan decisions in 5 minutes or less from Navy Federal. Apply today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Open to the armed forces, the DoD, veterans, and their families. Insured by NCUA.
Whether you're a teen learning to drive or a seasoned pro, we can all use some feedback from time to time. And with DriveWise from Allstate, you'll have it. Real-time feedback plus driving tips sent right to your phone. So download the Allstate app, activate DriveWise, and get on the road to safer driving.
Talk to a Dallas-Fort Worth area Allstate agent today to find out how DriveWise can save you up to 20% on car insurance. DriveWise insurance feature is optional. Savings based on driving behavior subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Smartphone required.
Are you in good hands?
Whether you're a star on the diamond or stage, in the boardroom or operating room, you need to know your financial future is secure. PFS has provided that protection to the top talent in the worlds of sports, entertainment, business, and medicine for over 35 years. PFS specializes in creating customized insurance solutions that protect you from financial loss due to injury, illness, or other catastrophic events. To learn more, call PFS at 1-800-832-8000 or check out their website at pfsins.com.
Score big with a Rangers Rewards fan card. Only the new Rangers Rewards fan card delivers the VIP experiences, privileges, and gear that Rangers fans really want. Earn points with every purchase made using the card and redeem your points on cool Rangers rewards like tickets, trips, merchandise, player meet and greets, or even a ride on the Boomstick Express. Every purchase gets you closer to choosing your next reward. Apply for your card today at rangersrewards.com and score big. Subject to credit approval. See card application for important rate, fee, and program information.
We're counting the days until the 3rd annual Cornhole Tournament, and the KNC Masterpiece will be broadcasting live from 7 to 11 tomorrow. Get Masterpiece from the owner's box at the Omni Dallas Hotel, where we'll have the 2nd Cornhole Tournament practice round before the real deal on September 1st. Register from 7 to 8 for your chance at $200. Get ready and we'll see you there. Info at 1053thefan.com.
When I walk into Sewell, I feel as if I were going into a family member's home.
It's not just a dealership. It's not just a transaction.
Sewell is customer service through and through.
There's always free coffee. There's always something terrific that happens there, and you always feel welcome.
I will always drive a Sewell.
Visit Sewell Subaru to test drive the Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, or visit SewellSubaru.com.
Well, summertime has arrived, which means travel plans and summer activities. Give yourself peace of mind with DFW Security's 5-diamond rated alarm monitoring for only $12.95 a month. Even better, Skin, why not upgrade to Smart Security?
Secure your home, add cameras, and automate your lights, locks, thermostats, and garage door. Plus, you view and control them all from your phone with DFW Security's all-in-one mobile app powered by Alarm.com. DFW Security. Call now and get 2 months free when you mention the Ben and Skin Show. 888-594-5018 or visit dfwsecurity.com.
Following segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by Brakes Plus.
At Brakes Plus, we take care of your car and you. Is your vehicle back to school ready? Mention this ad for $20 off brake pads or shoes. Visit BrakesPlus.com to schedule your appointment today.
America comes to Brakes Plus.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by Diamonds Direct. It's also brought to you by 1-800-LAWYERS. If you've been hurt in an accident, it's not your fault. Call the office of Frankel and Frankel at 1-800-LAWYERS. That's 1-800-LAWYERS or FrankelFirm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
It's time for the Rangers Players Show, brought to you by Pro Financial Services, specialty risk underwriters. And our special guest today is Rangers pitcher Mike.
The phone is ringing.
How you doing, Mike?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, man, we appreciate you jumping on the show. We've been big fans of your work this year as you've been pitching really well. I kind of want to dive in a strange place, though. When I think of you and the job you've done pitching, I'm super excited that you're going to be here for a while with the Rangers beyond this year, and it's looked fantastic. And I know they're being very careful with you pitch count-wise and innings-wise. But when I looked at your numbers, I was like, wait, those numbers aren't as good as the guy that has pitched. And so sometimes stats don't tell the story, and I strongly believe that's the case with you. And I'm just curious, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, I do, but I could be a little biased. But no, I thought I pitched really poorly at the beginning of the season, and then after the first 2 months or so, I started pitching a little bit better, and then as of late, I pitched a lot better. But just like the Yankees game, I thought I pitched a great game until the last inning, and then it kind of unraveled on me, and the stat line at the end of the game doesn't look great, So I think anybody that's been watching that knows baseball can kind of say the same thing, that I've been pitching a lot better than the beginning of the year, but I think the long innings, the big innings, have been getting me, and I don't feel like I give up too many hits or walk too many guys. But when guys get on, they've been scoring, so I just got to limit that.
I want to know, Mike, what your expectations were coming into the year about how you were going to be used. Obviously, you started as a starter and then bullpen stuff in Kansas City, and then there's some injuries mixed in there. But you knew you were going to be a starter for the Rangers, but you also knew they were probably going to maybe ration it out a little bit because of the situation you were coming from. What did you know going into the year, and how has it worked out for you so far?
I didn't really know anything going into the year besides I was going to start, and I guess I didn't really think about it too much besides just I wanted to compete and go out there and do my job. And I quickly found out from just the questions from the media and stuff that, you know, the team was monitoring me a little bit more than I expected. And so the pitch count from some of the games got brought up, and then the innings limits and stuff like that. So, you know, after the first couple of months, I kind of realized I wasn't gonna, you know, be shooting for 200 innings and, you know, 30 plus starts and all that stuff. So, it's kind of hard to swallow just because you're a competitor out there. You want to do your job and you want to compete no matter where you are in the standings. But, you know, I've kind of come with grips with it as of late, and I'm just going to go out there and pitch until they take the ball away, you know, and that's how I've kind of faced every game the last month or so. You know, I've talked to Banny, I talked to some of the guys and some of the coaches, and that's our mindset.
Sure. And so that's fascinating. So you found out what their plans were for you based on the questions the media was asking you?
Yeah, I don't think we really had a conversation beforehand, you know, about that. Maybe they thought I expected it, just from having 2 years off and then going to the bullpen and only throwing 75 innings or so last year. And I think they probably assumed that I was on the same page as them, but I guess I didn't even think about it. I just wanted to go out there and pitch, and you know, I had my goals like I used to when I started, and so that kind of came up from the media asking me questions about it, and then you know, that's when we kind of you know, went to the office and kind of talked to Banny and the pitching coaches and got on the same page.
Sure. And because, you know, and again, this is just total outsider. I mean, I'm watching on a TV a million miles away, but there would be times where you'd get pulled from the game and I'm thinking, wow, he's really humming along. Okay, I guess it makes sense. You got to be real careful with him because it's not just about this season. But I sensed a frustration on your part. Like, you know what? Can I just stay in this game, please? Like, but that's the competitor, you know, that you have inside you, not necessarily thinking about the health or anything, just trying to compete in that moment. But it seemed at times, I'm just asking you, it seemed to me like maybe you were frustrated coming out early a couple times.
Yeah, I think they can respect that too.
Of course.
And so that's where, as of late, I've accepted that, and I'm just gonna. I used to look at, you know, I kind of used to look at the scoreboard and kind of see where the pitch count was, and you know how, you know, when are they going to take me out, or I need to have these next couple batters, I need to attack them to have the ball put in play, you know, pretty early so I can get through this inning, get through the next inning. And so I was already doing calculations out there as I was trying to pitch as well. So it just didn't work out. It wasn't the greatest thing. And you know, lately I just kind of went out there and not paid attention to anything besides, you know, me and the hitter and my teammates. You know, I just go out there and compete. And when Banny tells me that's it. You know, I'm not even going to check the pitch count anymore because it's just going to frustrate me.
Right. Talking to Mike Minor here on the Ben and Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan. I'd like to hear you describe what your pitching arsenal is now, and I'm curious if it's vastly different, if at all, from when you first broke into the majors with Atlanta.
It's pretty much the same. I mean, I've changed some grips up and stuff, but I still throw fastball, slider, curveball, change. And then when I first broke in the league, it was changeup being the best pitch, and then I need to work on breaking balls, and then I got to where I could throw my slider for strikes and curveball. You know, the breaking pitches were okay, and changeup was a pitch where I could throw at any count, and so now my slider is a lot harder and it's a little bit sharper, I guess, a little bit shorter. And then in any game, it's different. It's one game the slider's really good, next game the changeup's really good. Sometimes the curveball is pretty good for, where I can throw it for strikes and then I can bury it late. But lately I've tried to use all four. And I think that's gotten me through some innings a little bit quicker. Not getting as many foul balls and guys hanging around as much, kind of wearing down my pitch count. I've tried to mix everything up to where they can't sit on pitches and they can't, just foul balls off.
We're talking to Mike Minor on the Ben and Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan. All right, so we understand that you have gone from straight mustache to now you're going beard, and we'd just like to know more about your facial hair strategy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a joke. Chu calls me a different name every day because he said I've had like 6 different looks this year. But I don't take myself too seriously out there. I think people think I'm really serious, and I don't talk a whole lot and don't show that much emotion. But no, I just, at one point this year I had clean shaven, mustache. I've had a goatee. I've had a beard. I don't know, everything. Last year I had a Fu Man. So I don't know. It's fun to me.
Mike, I need a scouting report on Nashville. Now, you were at Vanderbilt. Were you there for 3 years? How long were you there?
Yes, sir. 3 years.
Okay. And I know a little bit about, I've never been there. I've been to Memphis. I've never been to Nashville. And I hear Nashville is an amazing town. Now, how far did you grow up away from Nashville?
Probably an hour, about an hour, straight down 65, Interstate 65, small town. Past Brentwood, past Franklin, and all the nice cities.
Okay. So did you grow up in kind of a rural area?
Yeah, I grew up in a town with 2 stoplights.
Yeah.
So I think I graduated with 75 kids or so.
Right. I hate what a difficult word rural is to say, but I also so I want to get your scouting report then on life at Vanderbilt and how often you went to Nashville growing up, because I hear in Texas we have Austin. I hear Austin and Nashville are very similar towns, and so I want to hear your scouting report on it.
I don't know if I've ever been to Austin, so I can't compare. And then ever since I've been gone, it's changed a lot. And there's construction everywhere, hotels going up. New bars, new restaurants. So everything's kind of changed. I feel like the outsider coming in now when I do come to visit, because now I'm living in Knoxville, and I only go to Nashville a couple of times a year. So every time I come back, it's a little bit different. I don't really know the spots anymore.
Are you a country music kind of guy?
I do like country, but I like other genres as well.
Well, Nashville is an incredible music town, and our buddy, former Ranger, we had a great relationship with him, Mike Napoli. Will actually spend some off seasons just living in Nashville because it's such a cool town.
Yeah, I heard that. I've never met him. I did hear he was living there though.
But if it comes down to it, and for some reason Elvis turns over the control of the clubhouse music to you, what are you going to put on?
There's no telling really. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mix it up a lot. The other day, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this, but I told him to put on Pretty Ricky. I don't even know if you know who that is.
What's that? Is that a handsome man named Richard? Who is that?
No, Pretty Ricky. Yeah, it's a R&B guy, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. But no, the other day we had our band shirts on. I wore Whitney Houston.
All right.
I saw that.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. So I mix it up a lot.
Do you go around listening to Whitney Houston?
I do. I do like her. I did like her, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I thought it was a good one because I do have some of her songs, and then I used to like the movie Bodyguard.
Yeah, of course.
And then I figured nobody would be wearing that shirt.
Okay, that's a Kevin Costner movie. Let's get your if you could just rattle off your top 5 baseball movies.
Oh, baseball movies?
Yeah.
Probably the major leagues, 1 and 2. What is it? I don't even know the other ones.
Well, they're all good.
We'll throw some out to you.
The rookie of the year, whatever it is.
Yeah. There is
The Rookie.
Everybody says Bull Durham. I'm not.
The Sandlot.
The Natural.
Yeah, Sandlot.
What's better, The Sandlot or The Natural?
I like The Sandlot.
Did you ever see Ed, where the monkey plays third base?
I don't think so.
It's with Joey from Friends. He's the pitcher.
No.
Ed's a really good baseball movie.
Hey, Mike. Mike, I'm sorry about those last questions. We had a guy won a contest and was allowed to put a headset on, so disregard those last questions. It's not really indicative of what we're trying to do.
Well, man, for appearing on today's show, you're going to receive a $250 gift certificate to Star Power, the ultimate source for luxury living. Visit GetStarPower.com. Hey, thanks so much for taking the time. We've wanted to have you on the show. We think you're doing a hell of a job and excited that you're going to be doing it for the Rangers for a while.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Love you, Mike. There goes.
Thanks.
Mike, sing, Mike. This is for you, man. Belt it out, baby. You want to sing along with it? No. Oh.
Doesn't really sound like you likes for that.
Mike. Shippy, can you get him back on?
Yeah. Let me leave that song playing.
That was good, man.
Oh, I love this song.
No, I mean.
Oh, the Mike Minor.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
He's not a guy who shows a ton of emotion. His name is Mike.
Well, you know what, though? He did it right because everyone beats up.
What was that,
Derek,
Mike opinion?
Everyone beats up Derek Collin for having personality. He hides it. He hides his Whitney Houston shirt. He hides all this stuff. And if everyone knew that, like, oh, look, he got injured a couple years ago because he goofs around in a Whitney Houston shirt.
The quiet guy bit.
Right.
Oh, what a touching song. All right, coming up.
You're on top of her.
Whoa.
In this climate.
Yeah.
I prefer Dolly's version.
I prefer a lot about Dolly.
Dolly will put it out there, man.
Okay. One of the funniest cowboys in camp, Bo Scarborough, joins us at 4 o'clock. Coming up next, it's a weekday update. Robot deliveries in DFW are coming soon. That's right. A Terminator has your package and will kill it. That's next on the Fan.
Hey, it's KT here for Indeed.com.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. And hey, when it comes to hiring, you don't have any time to waste. You want an efficient way to get to your short list of qualified candidates. That's why you need Indeed.com. It's used by over 3 million businesses in the world. You can post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, and then zero in on qualified candidates using their online dashboard. It helps millions of job seekers and employers find the right fit every single day. It's the world's #1 job site. In fact, 200 million people visit Indeed.com every month. And if you want to access the most talent in your posted job field, then Indeed.com is the place to go. When you need to hire fast, accelerate your results with sponsored jobs, new users can try for free right now. Indeed.com/radio. Don't forget that. New users can try for free. Indeed.com/radio. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply. It's Indeed.com/radio if you are a new user. When you need to hire, accelerate your results with sponsored jobs. Do it now for free. Indeed.com/radio. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply. That's Indeed.com/radio.
Coming up Wednesday morning on Sean and RJ, all the stories from our dinner from DFW Restaurant Week, and we'll have the audio from the Browns on Hard Knocks.
Plus, your first chance at $1,000 at 7:16. We'll send you on a college football getaway at 7:40. Tomorrow morning, The Fan.
Hi, this is Drew Pearson. UA Local 100 is looking for apprentices and journeymen in the piping trades, providing great pay with health benefits for you and your family. Contact UA Local 100 now at 469-520-1261 or visit ualocal100.org.
It's time for some straight talk. School's starting, so I'm going to drop some phone knowledge on you. You're paying way too much for wireless. Switch to Straight Talk, get the same 4G LTE networks the big guys offer for up to 30% less. Plus $100 off the latest Samsung Galaxy smartphones with in-store activation of any of our unlimited plans, no contract. Knowledge dropped, class dismissed. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Offer ends 10/10/2018. In select stores only. Savings may vary. Refer to the latest terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Knock some projects off your to-do list without having to do them yourself. Every day, over 8,000 homeowners turn to the Home Depot's home services to help with nearly any home improvement project. All done by licensed local pros backed by the Home Depot. It's the smartest way to get from to-do to done. Schedule an appointment today at homedepot.com/home services. Home Depot. More saving. More doing. License number CGC 1514813, CRC 046858. For license information, visit homedepot.com/license numbers.
Your car's engine deals with pressures that can cause intense friction that can waste up to 10% of engine performance.
Power up with Castrol Edge with fluid titanium technology.
It's 3 times stronger than leading oils against viscosity breakdown. Buy 5 quarts of Castrol Edge and a Purolator Boss filter for $32.99 at Advance or participating CarQuest Auto Parts stores. 3 times stronger based on Kurt Orban test. 5W30 disc grade.
Whether you're a star on the diamond or stage, in the boardroom or operating room, you need to know your financial future is secure. PFS has provided that protection to the top talent in the worlds of sports, entertainment, business, and medicine for over 35 years. PFS specializes in creating customized insurance solutions that protect you from financial loss due to injury, illness, or other catastrophic events. To learn more, call PFS at 1-800-832-8000 or check out their website at pfsins.com.
Score big with a Rangers Rewards fan card. Only the new Rangers Rewards fan card delivers the VIP experiences, privileges, and gear that Rangers fans really want. Earn points with every purchase made using the card and redeem your points on cool Rangers rewards like tickets, trips, merchandise, player meet and greets, or even a ride on the Boomstick Express. Every purchase gets you closer to choosing your next reward. Apply for your card today at rangersrewards.com and score big. Subject to credit approval. See card application for important rate, fee, and program information.
Nationals. Looking for ways to improve your outdoor living and your grill game? If so, you need to head to My Home Away From Home. It's Premier Grilling. They've got the grill selection, the accessories, spices, rubs, the smoking woods, but most importantly, the expert advice. They're more than equipped to address your questions, issues, and concerns about how to raise your grill game to premier status with 3 locations: El Dorado in the Toll in Frisco, Preston in West Park and Plano, and on University in McKinney. They're there to help you gain control of your grill scene. Text GRILL to 41411 for more info.
You can make a difference this year by clearing the shelters in DFW. Join 105.3 The Fan, along with our partners NBC5 for this nationwide head adoption event. Saturday, August 18th. All adoption fees will be waived. Other fees may apply. Visit cleartheshelters.com to find a shelter near you.
You know the dreaded feeling, realizing you need to start car shopping. Well, thanks to D&M Leasing, car shopping in the heat is now a thing of the past. With D&M's Easy Lease, you'll make no down payment and save up to 50% versus buying. D&M offers any make, any model, and mileage forgiveness comes standard on every Easy Lease. Call D&M Leasing today at any local area code in 35 Lease, that's 35 LEASE, or visit dmautaleasing.com. The call is free. Not calling will cost you thousands.
We make leasing easy at D&M.
Thanks to you, we're taking DFW Sports Radio to a whole new level.
Go higher! Go higher!
100,000 watts of FM power and the home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers. This is DFW Sports Station 105.3 The
Fan. Dallas Truck World has prices so low they can't afford to advertise them, so go check them out for yourself over at DallasTruckWorld.com.
All right, thank you, Shippy. Ben and Skin Show 105.3 The Fan, the funniest new Dallas Cowboy. We have audio of that coming up at 4 o'clock, and then we're all very, very excited about Travis and Zach at 5. It's going to be a real humdinger. But right now, it's time for this.
And now, it's time for Ben and Skin's Weekly Update. Featuring veteran news anchor KT Fun Tweets. Here are the important stories he's currently tracking from around the world.
I am tracking them. Tracking them like a boss. Like a boss. Rolling robots could be coming to a Dallas sidewalk near you. A story from the Dallas Morning News, my friends. Dallas officials are considering, they're going to have a big meeting coming up. It's going to be in November. No, and the meeting's actually coming up next month. And these robots could be deployed by November if the meeting goes through and it's approved.
Shall we play a game?
It would green light some autonomous delivery devices that are powered by electric battery, and they would deliver groceries, take out food, your pharmacy prescriptions.
Hold on. I need to get a good handle on this. Now, are you talking about like a Terminator-looking robot that is human cyborg, looks somewhat like a human, but it's made of metal, and it gets in a car that it drives? Or what? I don't understand. How does it arrive there?
They're going to be, it'll have wheels. It'll be about the shape of a wheelchair.
It's going to look like WALL-E.
It's a wheelchair that will invite you to sit in it, and then it can basically extract your organs?
No. I think it'll be like the size of a wheelchair.
I think it's going to look exactly like Wall-E. That thing had wheels on it. It was basically a can.
As humans, if it looks like a chair, we have to sit on it. So immediately the robot's going to be disrespected by us placing our butts on it, and that's what's going to set it off. Something is going to set the robots off that's going to spark the end of the world.
There's the delivery robot dropping off some produce.
So according to the article, they would travel at about a speed of 10 miles per hour.
That's
okay. The size of a motorized wheelchair, and it would use sensors and cameras to detect bicycles, dogs, people, fire hydrants.
So it's not on the road.
It wouldn't be on the road. It would be on sidewalks and crosswalks only.
Do you have a picture of that hoe?
I don't.
I think this sounds like a joke.
It's a sex bot?
Why is it a joke?
Like how this sounds so incredibly inefficient. I have problems.
You got a lot of problems.
Getting from my home to the elementary school at the end of our neighborhood and staying on a sidewalk.
Yeah, but you live in Allen.
I know, but my whole point is that just as you're out and about in the city, everybody, and you're walking down a sidewalk, I want you to just look around you and just imagine robots trying to make deliveries in that space.
No, he's right. There's too much chaos. There's too many curbs. There's
people now on scooters all the time that are already screwing things up. By the way, did you guys see the picture of the junkyard of bicycles after that one company pulled out of Dallas?
Yeah, genius.
Oh, my God.
No.
So remember when we had, it's not even a year old now, but we had, I think it was 3 major companies competing for the bicycles in town. One of them pulled out.
OFO pulled out.
OFO. They pulled out. And so all their bikes are in this giant pile of trash.
Their company's done?
In fact, they pulled out of Dallas. I don't know if they're in other cities.
Can't use the bikes anywhere
They
else?
were tired about all the bitching.
Dude, they are. It's seriously,
In Dallas.
no joke. Speaking of Wall-E, it looked like a picture of the scene of Wall-E where he's just around with trash everywhere. It was a giant mountain
I don't
of
understand.
bikes.
Their business, if they can't compete in the fiercest bike market on the planet, then they just take all their bikes and put them in a pile and then leave.
Apparently so.
So we'll go try Austin.
Why wouldn't they go with their bikes? I was saying all the bikes were broken.
Hold on, and I want to tease ahead to 540 because we were having a boat conversation, and a guy that we were talking to about a boat said it's actually probably cheaper to give that boat away than to dispose of it. And so what I'm thinking is this company, probably the bikes were already paid for, and they said, you know what? It's going to be cheaper to just walk away from this pile of bikes than hire people to round them up and take them somewhere.
Oh my God.
That's my guess.
Okay, so these potential robot delivery devices have already been tested in Austin, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. There's a company called Marble, and that company is they're the ones who have created these robots.
Comic book company.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He says again that they've got these sensors and cameras, but for the test pilot, which would be in November if this gets approved at the city council meeting, it'd be in November when they're deployed. For the first few, probably a couple months even till they get going, they would hire people to walk behind it to make sure it's okay and make sure it's good. So you'll have a little bit of a test ground in November, December to kind of see if these robot devices will actually work in Dallas.
This is why, Ben, the city council should step up and say no thanks. And here's the reason. The reason is because we just had a conversation about a pile of bikes, and then we dealt with 6 months of everyone bitching about bikes everywhere. And then this other idea, they're going to sell it. They're going to go, look, we're creating some new jobs for the first month by having these people walk behind it. Then a month later, all those people lose their jobs, and suddenly robots are replacing delivery drivers. So basically, you're just putting people out of work. You're lying to everybody for a month with these people, these temporary workers, and then robots replace people, and that's where it's at.
Usually, I agree with you that you're just eliminating jobs. I think we need to quit messing with the robots. First of all, they're going to turn on us at some point.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
We've all seen movies. We know how this ends. I mean, when they turn on us, is somebody going to go, what? I can't believe the robots want to kill us. They don't want to be our machine slaves. They don't want to just be machines who go do our bidding all over they don't want to do that. Oh, they want to live forever. They don't want to be on a pile of bikes.
They have a mind of their own.
This is the natural order of evolution anyways, because we are 24 hours removed from Broadus going, God, it's hot in Oxnard now. So 15 years from now, we're not going to be able to hack it in this climate anyways. And the robots are going to be like, ha! You mortals, You guys can't hack it in this
Guess what?
environment.
I'm not going to deliver your box fan to you.
Yeah. Suck on that.
Now I feel like I feel like you guys have already made up your mind on this, that you're out on it.
Out, dude.
Can I-
I'm for the elimination of robots. Technology is screwing us, dude.
Yeah.
There's great things about technology, but essentially all it's doing is eliminating the need for jobs, and all we do is keep creating more humans.
Technology is
But-
wonderful.
We
It's
also-
killing the middle class.
But we also
guys.
can post a picture of what we were up to immediately too.
What?
It's technology. We can just post what we're doing.
Yeah, are you saying the robots are going to tweet for us?
No, I'm
What do you-
saying like
that'd be
technology's pretty good too.
Well, hell,
Okay?
there's already a ton of robots on
Oh,
Twitter.
that's right.
Let me swing it.
Pretty much did whatever they wanted to with our election.
Shippy said that'd be awesome.
Let me swing it this way.
Reading's a lot of work.
One of the arguments for it. Okay. This is obvious. I mean, obviously, this guy's biased because it's his company. But here's what he says: it would reduce the number of delivery trucks and cars congesting the roads
and the people who drive them.
Okay, so hey, less traffic. We're all good with less traffic.
Sure, man.
I'm in favor. Decreasing emissions from vehicles, which really doesn't matter. People are going to drive where they need to go. The emissions are going to be big no matter what. But he said it would provide surveying data on the condition of the city's sidewalks. And that is something that is a huge problem.
Take
at least
that
in
for
Dallas.
data.
At least in downtown Dallas. You walk up the sidewalks, you will fall in a pothole. You can hardly walk.
So how is
You'll
this
break an ankle?
And this robot just going to fall into a pothole?
This is why we need this tested. Now this robot's going, well, we can't go on that road because there's problems.
The robot's going to fix the potholes?
Well, no, they'll report. They're going to be more of a tattletale.
Who are they going to report them to?
They'll report to Michael,
other
the leader of
robots.
Marvel.
I thought that's why we have Waze.
But
Marvel, the comic book movies?
I think based on city council members' response to this, they're going to have this vote. This is going to get passed. This is happening.
Because somebody on the city council has a stake
No,
in
because
it?
people like to go when they're at home and they like to hit an app and get crap delivered to them in the next
But
hour.
don't humans do that?
They do.
Okay.
We're saying
So do robots now.
KT, why are you so pro robot?
I'm not pro robot in general, but I don't see any harm in this.
What you don't want to? You're eliminating jobs.
No, I'm not.
I thought that by this point drones were supposed to make Amazon deliveries. What happened there? And what
So,
about pizza?
Here's what's happened.
That's going to happen.
No, it's not. So every time they try to do something like this, they come out with the Rangers and Cowboys have that bus in Arlington that drives itself.
That runs people over?
Yeah, it's just going to run people over. Every once in a while, you see a self-driving car or whatever. It's going to run people over
eventually,
right?
On the
I guess
sidewalks.
it's not it's the city of Arlington. It's not the Rangers and Cowboys.
And look
but
at
it's-
this. Who walks on sidewalks? Old people. Old people are about to get killed by robots.
Didn't y'all see that self-driving Uber? When there's a lady, she was in it
Oh,
to
yeah.
drive it if she needed to, but it ran over somebody.
There's been like 5 deaths this year.
Yeah.
Self-driving.
All that's gonna,
Uber
yeah,
or Lyft,
that's what's gonna happen all the time. And I'm
Uh,
saying that the robot in charge didn't even care.
No, the robots don't care.
I feel like he's blowing a stop the hype on this.
He is blowing it.
Get off it.
Okay, what if I told you this?
I'm blowing a stop the hype.
Why are you doing that?
Get off it.
Okay.
What if I told you this?
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen,
It's going to happen either way.
Ooh.
Why not just why not have a
Wait,
test?
hold on. Be real
Well,
careful.
why not have a test ground here in Dallas?
You're saying it's robots are going to take over anyway, so just find a happy place and enjoy it.
Flying Uber the first in Dallas. Why not? Let's just have a little test ground.
This is the same crap.
Why have an open mind?
No, this is the same crap.
Why do you care? You guys
Once-
don't live down the city.
Once every 9 months, Elon Musk makes some bold proclamation, and then 6 months later, he's on to something else, and that thing just failed, and it's in a pile somewhere.
Hold on a second.
No one holds him accountable.
KT is saying that we shouldn't care that all these robots are frolicking about stealing human jobs because we don't live in Dallas proper.
But the human jobs, you should get a new job.
I got an idea.
What are you? I don't understand. Listen to this. Economist Kevin Turner says the jobs. You just get a new job.
Well,
he's a real
figure it
supply
out,
and
right?
demand guy.
You figure it out, or you don't work, and then you likely end up on the street.
We're eliminating jobs. There's humans without jobs because you're replacing them with more efficient robots.
We
who
should have
don't-
thought about that when we were having intercourse with our wives.
They don't. They don't need smoke breaks right? They don't have sick days.
Why not use protection and birth control then? Because we're like, oh, listen, we have no problem multiplying.
All right, so now you want to put a limit on how many children you can have?
Well, I'm saying if we care about jobs so much, then
with
we
that.
should care about the population a little bit too, right?
I'm on board with population.
We lose
control.
to China.
What should it be? What do you do? Like if you want to have an extra child beyond 2, then you have to pay $1 million.
Yeah, you got to pay higher taxes
Put a limit on it,
or go live on a criminal island somewhere. Like a Skull Island or something.
Yeah, pass IQ
That's
test.
not.
too.
Those animals weren't criminals.
You guys still in on sex robots?
What about,
yeah.
What about that? You can't reproduce unless you pass. Yeah, you guys are all in on sex robots. Great point, Shippy.
Can you please pull that for a drop interview? You guys still in on sex robots?
I would be, you know what I'd be okay with? And maybe it's because I've recently seen the Blade Runner sequel. I'd be okay if these delivery bots were the product of a man and a sex bot having a baby. Because then there's sort of a natural order of things to it. I'm okay with that.
Not just some rolling toilet.
Yeah, not just something that we created in a factory.
So apparently when you delivered it, let's say you delivered it from DoorDash and it'd be RoboDash or whatever. So you deliver it, and when it comes to your house and knocks on your door, you get a code sent to your phone and you type in 2112, whatever it is. You type it in on the robot and you open up the robot and there's your sandwich.
All right, so how much do you have
Here's
to tip the
your
robot?
pizza.
I want it to be like the robot to be like Rebecca De Mornay in Risky Business. Comes over in the middle of the night. You got to open it up.
Yep.
Take it out.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah. So if you can look,
You turned me on this.
Here's the deal. Yeah, turned you out on this. If they turn it into sex bots making the deliveries, now we're talking, Kevin.
Yeah.
If you want to, I'll back your city council vote on that. If you can make them sex bots.
Well, luckily, I'll be covering the city council meetings later this month.
When are they?
Well,
they're going to happen at the
which ones?
the thing.
I'll check my calendar during the break.
You need to get with Austin York and then circle back.
That's the stories in the news for today and now.
Okay. Coming up next, one of the news. It's What's for segment. Coming up next, Bo Scarborough, the funniest Dallas Cowboy, right here on The Fan.
The only way you can take the fan with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This CBS Sports Minute brought to you by SimpleSleepTest.com. Annoying snoring could be deadly snoring. Don't ignore the snore. Get tested today at SimpleSleepTest.com.
This is Jim Rome with the CBS Sports Minute. The Bombers in the Bronx, those Savages in Beantown, the 2 best records in baseball, the 2 best offenses in baseball, the 2 best home records in baseball, one of the great rivalries of all time. And the craziest part is it is an absolute boat race. The Red Sox are 50 games over 500. 50, 10 games clear of the Yankees. And I understand the Yankees are all beat up, but they're the Yankees. No beers for the poor little upstart with 27 world championships and a checkbook that can flex on everybody. And now the question is less about running down Boston and more about keeping Seattle and Oakland in the rearview mirror. Forget about the Sox. You're not running them down. Just make sure that you don't blow that opportunity for that 1-game playoff that you wanted nothing to do with, because ultimately that's going to be your only way in. I'm Jim Rome.
CBS Sports Radio. Napa know-how.
Right now, Napa Legend batteries come with a $15 rebate by mail. Their long-lasting durability stands up to extreme conditions. So even on scorching days, it'll puff its chest out and be all like, hey, summer heat, find another car battery to drain. Napa Legend batteries with $15 mail-in rebate. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 8/31/18.
Grainger stands for safety, and they know what safety stands for. S, safety. A, all about safety. F, feeling good about safety. E, extreme safety. T, talking about safety. Y, you guessed it, safety. First aid kits, eye wash stations, fire protection, you name it. For over 90 years, they've been helping to keep facilities safe and people safer. When it comes to safety, Grainger's got your BACK. Call or click Grainger.com to see for yourself. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Since we've had USAA, we've had 2 claims. We had an auto insurance claim and a homeowner's claim. The auto insurance claim, we were rear-ended, and my daughter was actually in the car when it happened. I called USAA. I downloaded the app, and from there on out, it was a very seamless process. They really understood, and they were actually concerned about my daughter's well-being and her safety.
From the moment he uploaded the photos to taking the damaged vehicle to the auto body and having a rental car there, USAA understands the day-to-day life. This is our home. These are our cars. This is where we pick up our kids from school. This is how we get to work.
I feel USAA is very committed to getting you back on your feet. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
See how much you could save with USAA by bundling your auto and home insurance. Get a quote today.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product membership eligibility and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. Members paid for their participation. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliate, San Antonio, Texas.
Make the smart choice at Freeman Mazda. Upgrade your driving experience without inflating your monthly payment. Behind the wheel of an award-winning Mazda. Shop Freeman Mazda today, where you can lease a new 2018 Mazda 3 sedan for just $199 a month for 36 months. Just $199 a month for a new Mazda 3. Log on to freemanmazda.net and visit Freeman Mazda, 1840 East Airport Freeway in Irving. 1999 to its 90. Call 888-416-8592 for details.
Nomar Mazara has achieved a lot in the big leagues. Big hits? Check.
Home run for Nomar Mazara. His second of the game gives the Rangers their first walk-off win this season.
Big plays? Oh, yeah.
Nash plays the carom, throws to second, and he got him.
And now he's getting a bobblehead. On Saturday, August 18th, the first 15,000 fans get the first ever Coca-Cola Walmart Nomar Mazara bobblehead when your Rangers host the Angels. Tickets are at TexasRangers.com.
When I walk into Sewell, I feel as if I were going into a family member's home.
It's not just a dealership. It's not just a transaction.
Sewell is customer service through and through.
There's always free coffee. There's always something terrific that happens there, and you always feel welcome.
I will always drive a Sewell.
Visit Sewell Subaru to test drive the Outback during the Subaru A Lot to Love event, or visit SewellSubaru.com.
Mike Bassick here. With summer in full swing, you're probably on the go just like me. Give yourself peace of mind with DFW Security's 5-diamond rated alarm monitoring for only $12.95 a month. Even better, why not upgrade to Smart Security? Secure your home, add cameras, and automate your lights, locks, thermostats, and garage door. View and control them from your phone with DFW Security's all-in-one mobile app powered by Alarm.com. DFW Security. Call now and get 2 months free. 888-507-2344 or visit DFWSecurity.com.
This is the exclusive home of your Rangers, 105.3 The Fan, KRLD FM HD1, Dallas-Fort Worth.
A radio.com station. Live from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, this is the Ben and Skin Show on 105.3 The Fan.
Thank you to DMS Roofing, Omni Frisco, Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Dulce Vita Tequila, and Twin Peaks for getting us out to Oxnard, California. Our amazing coverage of Cowboys camp as 105.3 The Fan continues. And we're the only ones here today. It's an off day for the Cowboys, but we got a ton of content in the last couple of days because we work very, very hard at our jobs. And one of the things we did was we wanted to catch up with Bo Scarborough. Now, I like the idea of Bo Scarborough being a big, physical, bruising running back who can continue to just waylay defenses. I don't want Zeke to have to do that all by himself every game. I think Rod Smith's going to be very good. I think he's going to be a good backup running back. But I like the idea of having a third bruiser, and Bo Scarborough fits that. Now he hasn't made the team. He's actually in a pretty big fight to be that third running back, and I think they will carry 3 running backs and a fullback. Fullback job's already taken. But he hasn't locked down that job. And so in terms of coming out here, after I met Bo Scarborough, I started thinking, all right, I desperately want this guy to be in the Cowboys. Because he is funny, likable, laid back, kind of country, but his teammates already love him. In fact, Jason Garrett has him telling jokes to the entire team.
Don't you think that probably came directly from Saban? You know how Garrett is just any and all things Saban at all times, and Saban probably said, hey, that kid you got there, his teammates love him. He's a funny guy. Because for Garrett to immediately know what this back of the roster guy's personality is like and that he can tell jokes seems ridiculously intuitive.
So he's fighting with Darius Jackson essentially, right?
Yeah, Darius Jackson, who looked really good in the preseason, and obviously the Cowboys liked because they traded him and brought him back. So, but I think Bo wins the job. But I mean, it's not some shoe in right now.
I thought it was pretty interesting. If you look at who the third running back has been for the Cowboys for the last, God, I don't even remember when it being differently, but it's usually a little guy that's a gadget type guy. Mm-hmm. And I think it's interesting that type of running back isn't even really in camp for the most part.
It's Tavon.
Yeah, it's Tavon.
Yeah.
And that's why, when they brought him in here, they were talking, the conversation early on was, well, is he going to be a running back on this roster? Or is he going to be a receiver on this roster? Now that's been answered pretty definitively, but for whatever you would need that Dunbar type guy to be, they could easily flip Tavon out there. And so it does support the idea of your third back doesn't have to be anything other than whatever the best running back in camp ends up being, not particularly anything stylistically that you have a quote unquote need for.
Yeah. And dude, Rod Smith is smooth. That dude is smooth. He's got a smooth personality, always smiling, always happy.
Mm-hmm.
His teammates love him. He's got that vibe of a guy that's always happy. And so then if you throw in Bo Scarborough to that, I mean, it's a different vibe because he's got it. Like we saw him walk by. We were just talking to Travis Frederick. We saw him walk by. He's got an intensity to him too.
He's big.
He looks like he could run through a brick wall. In fact, we asked him about running through a brick wall. And so let's take a listen here. If you haven't had a chance to get to know anything about Bo Scarborough, what his personality's like, we caught up with him. We all split up on the field after practice and grabbed different guys for reviews. This one happened to be me interviewing Bo Scarborough, and then KT walks up, and I think you're gonna like Bo Scarborough.
Here, Bo, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Quick question for you. Do you play Fortnite?
No video games.
Why?
I'm just not a video game guy.
What do you do with your free time?
I like to watch movies.
Okay. Who's your favorite actor?
Jason Statham. What's his name?
What's he been in?
Transporter.
Oh, Statham.
Yeah,
Statham or whatever. Statham. Okay, so why is that your guy?
Because I feel like he do a very good job at, acting, and he just made really good movies that's interesting me. And I like the different kind of roles he played. And he always, the man.
Okay, I like that answer. I'm surprised you don't play video games, but I'm encouraged by it. And I wondered, what do you do in your off time if you're not playing video games besides watch movies? Do you run through brick walls?
No.
Could you run through a brick wall?
Probably.
So if you were if you were an actor, would you be like the superhero type or like the action movie superstar like Jason Statham?
Yeah, I want to be like Jason Statham.
Would you come out with a funny movie too though? Would you do like a comedy?
Yeah.
They have a bunch of different roles?
Yeah, I think I can do that a little bit.
I always thought I would be a good superhero. I feel like I'm in great shape.
Yeah, I feel like, when you acting, it's more you got to also be yourself too, you know? So I feel like it'll be hard, but it'll be easy if you understand what I'm saying.
You're a funny guy though, right?
I mean, people say I am. I just be me. Yeah.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Rap, blues, country.
Oh, a little country. What?
I grew up. Well, not grew up. I was, when I was going to Northridge, and I used to ride to school with my coach because he stayed down in the same place. So I didn't used to want to ride the bus. So I used to call him and be like, "Hey, can you pick me up in the morning?" And he used to come and pick me up. So he used to be playing the country, and it just used to, do something to me before I got to school.
It's really relaxing, right?
Yeah, especially early in the morning, 6:15, 6:30. Yeah. You don't want to listen to no blues. You can't listen to no rap. So
I'm trying to get hype at 6:30 a.m.
So you got to listen to something mellow,
Okay.
Put you in the mood to do what you want to do.
Yeah. So who's your favorite rapper and who's your favorite country music singer?
Now, I don't know no music singers, but Yo Gotti, one of my favorite rappers. He also, one of my, best friends also.
Who's that?
Yo Gotti.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me about him. What does he do?
He's a rapper. He got a couple of business going on with Jay-Z and them.
Okay, I'm an old man, so I'm like, but I am a washed up rapper. You could tell that, right?
No, I can't tell that.
What do you mean?
Pretty young to me.
Oh, okay. No, but you could. But do I look like a rapper?
No.
Do you rap a little bit?
I can't rap.
Who do you think can rap better, me or this guy, Kevin Turner?
From the looks of it, Kevin Turner.
His sunglasses.
He looks cooler than me, doesn't he?
Yeah, got his cap on, shades, on cross, collar shirt.
I got bars, expensive cars. I go to Mars.
Oh, I see.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. So which one of us looks more like a police officer? Me. Yeah. Damn it. Sucks.
He might be the police officer, huh?
He's undercover. That's a fake beard.
The sunglasses again are key to everything.
All right. Who's your funniest teammate?
Tavon Austin.
Uh-huh. Why?
Because he played with me too much. I done told him about playing with me. And he gonna make me do some to him.
What does he do? What does he do?
He keep messing with me. One day he called me. He said, "Yo, you a bomb." I said, "What?" Said, "What you talking about?" He was like, "Nah, man. I mean, when I say that mean, that good. That's good." I said, "Nah, man. Where I come from, bomb mean not good." And he just keep playing with me. Every day he keep telling me, "Bo, I'm not hanging with you today. This my last time hanging with you." Soon we got to practice. We go to me. He all my homeboy and all that.
He's keeping you on your toes, right?
Yeah, him and DT and Allen Hearn. Those my guys and Rod. I like hanging with Rod. Rod's funny too.
Rod Marinelli.
Rod Smith.
No, Rod. I thought you were talking about hanging out with Rod Marinelli.
Uh-huh.
To wrap this up, any questions you have for me and KT?
Yeah. How many other guys y'all interviewed?
You're the first person we've interviewed at camp.
Nah.
I interviewed Connor today. But we've been doing
Okay,
it
you're
for
the
years.
second person we've interviewed at camp today.
How long you been working for the what is it called?
It's called The Fan. My show, The Ben and Skin Show, I've been friends with my co-host Jeff Skin Wade since we were 12.
Right.
47 now.
Ooh, long
We
time.
dropped out of college to be rappers and then made it in the radio business. And then we brought this guy on as our producer.
Have I ever got into it before?
No. No, somehow managed to not get to it. We got mad at each other at different points over the years. It's like a marriage. But no, we survived, man, because
You got to throw hands and make sure everyone's paying attention.
Right. Y'all ever got
Every
in a
once in a
fight
while.
before?
No. Have you ever fought your best friends before?
Yeah.
What did you whip their ass?
Sometimes.
Y'all let them know.
I feel like
it's just like football. Like, hey, we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna show you that we can kick your ass.
Yeah, I got into plenty of argument with my friends because they were trying to do something for me.
Yeah.
But in the end, you end up doing what they want you to do.
All right, that guy is freaking amazing.
Sounds like the Madden guy.
You know who it reminded me of a little bit is almost like a laid back country Morris Day.
Oh, okay.
Like there's for anybody that's ever seen Purple Rain or likes the old band The Time, Morris Day had all this personality and was just real cool and real chill and he had a song about being a gigolo. Like it's just kind of his whole style is that. And so there's like a real, but obviously, he's just from up in Minneapolis. This is like a country dude.
He's from Alabama.
It's almost like a smooth country Morris Day or something. God, what an awesome personality.
To me, he sounded like the Madden guy.
Greg Jamings.
Yeah, I can hear that.
How's he running with the broken leg?
He put the team on his back.
I got to tell you, so the whole time you're interviewing him, he's smiling and he kind of cocks his head back in
Biggest
a way
smile.
that it's just very charming. It's very cool.
He's not bothered by anything.
Incredibly likable, unbothered.
Yeah.
But interested in having a conversation. He's genuinely interested in people. You could tell. Like he wanted to hang out and just talk.
How did he respond to KT's rap that he threw down?
He smiled. He thought, yeah, see, he's got bars. Yeah, I mean, he's he quickly became one of my favorite Cowboys, and now we got to get him on the team. What would you say the percentage chance is that he makes the team?
I think probably like 90%.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Doesn't
I mean,
do like
look, here
50-50.
the problem, the one thing that would stand in Bo's way, and part of this is because of the way he runs so viciously, his injuries were a big part of his time at Alabama. So he was always kind of, Alabama's pretty good. They do it kind of like the Patriots. They always have 3 or 4 running backs in the mix, and he was always hurt, quite a bit. But he runs so, he ferociously. The thing I would say about him, and the thing I think Broadus mentioned, they're trying to get him in special teams and stuff like that. They took him, they drafted him in the 7th round. There's an Alabama tie-in, like you said, with Saban.
Right.
And then there we are in the preseason game the other night. I love the idea of Rod Smith not always being running back 2. How we just wore a defense down with Zeke. We need to give Zeke a breather. Well, hold on. I have to, maybe we're in the 8th or 9th play of a drive. You want to give Zeke a play off real quick? Give the ball to Bo Scarborough for a minute. He'll break a tackle. Like, you can't just one guy bring him down. And he proved that in the preseason game the other night. A guy hit him in the backfield. He ran him over. Another guy tried to ankle tackle him. He ran him over, and the defense is pounding their fist on the ground. And he ended up getting like a 33-yard run because you just can't bring him down. And
Dude,
the defense just won't get a break.
Made the team right there.
I think so.
To me, I just, unless he's completely inept on special teams, and I don't know how good Darius Jackson is on special teams, but if one of those two guys is significantly better than the other on special teams, I would probably give him the nod.
Right.
But if they're about the same, based on that 33-yard run, dude, he's on this team.
Well, don't you think also, I mean, I know that the Cowboys were really surprised that he was available in the 7th round.
Yeah.
Didn't they have like a 5th round grade on him?
Yeah, and in 7th round, you're trying to take guys because you think someone could get them in waivers.
Yeah.
So I think they maybe other positions of need, and they're like, yeah, let's get this guy now because someone else will get him in waivers. So I love the guy. I really liked him in Alabama. We watched the college tape on him. You just sit there and go, I can't really trust the guy a ton because his knees have been blown up before.
Right.
Yeah,
but
I like him so much better after that interview.
He's got a great personality.
And he walked by when we were talking to Travis, and Travis goes, I love that guy.
Defenses won't want to see him after Zeke just came out and ran on you. You won't want to see Bo Scarborough back there.
All right, let's do this. Why don't we figure out what's in common between Mike Leach and nipple rings? Let's do that next on 105.3
Yep,
The Fan.
that's coming up next on 105.3 The Fan. Before we get to that, how about a chance for you to win $1,000? It pays to Tolo. Tolo means turn it on, leave it on. Our national cash contest is back every 15 past the hour. All you got to do is text the word we give you into 72881. The word for this hour is raise. How about that? Give yourself $1,000 raise.
I'm in.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
How do you spell it again?
RAISE. Text that in to 72881, and you could win $1,000. All right, coming up next, around the sports, Mike Leach, cold beer, and nipple rings. Before we get to that, I want to talk about DMS Roofing. Craig and Brian Dyer, brothers, they own that business. We met their sweet mama. They got a family. It's a family-owned business, A+ Better Business Bureau rated, and they've been doing business here in the Metroplex for many years. Amazing people, and they've done my roof. I can tell you firsthand, their work is perfection. And we referred them to a lot of different neighbors in our neighborhood after a hailstorm came through, and everyone has been very, very pleased with the work that they've done. And I just, we can tell you this: we know the Dyer family personally. We can vouch for them all day long. And so, if you need roof work, go with someone we love, someone we trust. Go with the Dyer family. Go with DMS Roofing.
Go with the experience. A lot of contracting businesses fold rather quickly because they're either not reputable or they don't do quality work. DMS Roofing's been around for 15 years. That is a long time. They stand behind their work. They've been here. They're going to be here. 972-292-7282. And it has been mentioned, they're Tolos. They're great folks. We love the Dyer family, and they're the right folks to turn to if you need help with your roof, commercial, residential, repairs, new roof, working with the insurance company. You don't have any worries. Just get a free estimate when you call our friends at dmsroofing.com, 972-292-7282.
The one place to grab the fan wherever you go. Radio.com. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
For over 5 decades, over 50 years, Brown Foundation Repair has been successfully repairing foundations of every kind. Don't you think you owe it to yourself to call them? 972-271-2621. BrownFoundationRepair.com.
John Clay Wolf has been buying cars off dealers' descriptions for 20 years and buying cars on the radio for 10. Why can he buy yours off a picture off his website, GimmeTheVin.com? Because he can. That car you didn't trade in. That truck your dad gave you. The family truckster that Aunt Edna died in. If you don't check with GimmeTheVin.com first, you may need to get your head checked. They're the best buyers on cars. They pay top money, and if they don't beat a written CarMax offer, they owe you $100.
Sell us your car. GimmeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, this is KRLD Scott Sams. Has this ever happened to you? I'm out with friends having a great time. Someone takes a selfie. I looked at it. Everyone looked great. Except me. My hairline had gone back past my personal vanity line. So I made a New Year's resolution that I'd do something about that. And I did. I went to the Hair Restoration Institute of DFW. I met with the professionals at HRI. They went over the many hair loss solutions that they offer. And now I'm so much happier with the way I look. Now, when I'm in a picture with my family or friends, I have more selfie esteem. Seriously, I do feel better about the way I look because of the professionals at HRI. And they can help you feel better about the way you look too. And they can do it today. You can get a free hair restoration consultation just by calling the Hair Restoration Institute of DFW. Here's the number. It's 817-854-HAIR. Or go online to dfwhairloss.com. That's dfwhairloss.com. Consultation's free. What do you have to lose? Get more hair, get more life, and tell them I sent you.
Backpack shorts and sneakers. Helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, and cleats. Adidas and JanSport, Under Armour and Nike. Hoodies, jerseys, leggings, and shoes.
Start your back-to-school season for less with our head-to-toe selection of sports essentials for under $30 and top brands and footwear under $60. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
The Rangers go for the 2-game series sweep of the Diamondbacks tonight at Globe Life Park. Hi, everybody. This is Matt Hicks, inviting you to join Jared Sandler, Parker Hillis, and me. We'll have the coverage of tonight's game starting at 6:30 on 105.3 The Fan.
Week after week after week, you've heard me talk about SOTA weight loss. That's SOTA, stands for state of the art. Maybe you've heard enough from me about my 176-pound weight loss, so let's talk to others and not just all the awesome reviews on SOTAweightloss.com. Right now, let's talk with an actual, factual SOTA client, John. I know people will get focused on like what you look like when you lose weight, but how do you feel after losing all the weight?
I feel better, feel lighter, have a lot more like energy, and I sleep a little better. Everything like just almost instantly improved within just days.
So if you want to be like me, if you want to be like John, if you want to be like all those fantabulous reviews on Google, why don't you roll out to one of the SOTA locations in Garland, Plano, Fort Worth, South Lake, Arlington, or Dallas? You can also check it out at SOTAweightloss.com or call 1-800-800-5080. That's SOTA. Wait for it.
State of the art.
Hats, backpack shorts and sneakers. Helmets, shoulder pads, knee pads, and cleats.
Start your back-to-school season for less with our head-to-toe selection. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all for less.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show brought to you by Diamonds Direct and Mark Rubin and Associates. If credit card companies are blowing up your phone, then do what more fan listeners do. Make the free call to Mark Rubin at 1-800-LAWYERS. Mark can fix it. He'll stop all the harassing collection calls and stress. For 24 years, he's been Dallas-Fort Worth's go-to guy. So get your credit under control with Mark Rubin at 1-800-LAWYERS and Rubin and Associates.
All right, thanks, Shippy. I like you.
Like you
Ben and
too.
Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan. We're out here on the tennis court broadcasting from Oxnard. Thank you to all the folks that were kind enough to get us out here, whether it's Dulce Vita or Twin Peaks, Omni Frisco, DMS Roofing, Albertson's Tom Thumb. Just so many great sponsors have combined forces to get us out here, and we appreciate it. We're really looking forward to 5 o'clock when we roll out the Travis and Zach interview that we conducted yesterday. Both of them together. It's a two-parter. It's awesome. Really looking forward to that at 5 o'clock. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell your doppelgangers. Everybody get around the radio and be ready for that. But right now, it's time for this.
Ben and Skin listeners, you've heard some sports talk today, but you haven't heard all the sports, if you know what I'm saying. So now, with the rest of the sports, so you can have all the sports, here comes KT Fun Tweets with Around the Sports.
Now let's go around the sports. KT Fun Tweets has all the sports. Yeah.
Thank you, Ben. So, guys, there's a story that came out from CBS Sports, and basically they got with all the, they're kind of in their college football preview mode, and they got with all of the 129 active coaches of college football.
Okay.
D1. D1.
Yeah.
1/5 of them responded.
Okay.
So they asked them a question, and 1/5 of them responded.
That's a pretty high number. Actually, that gets you around 25 to 30
Get you around
folks.
25. Yeah, we'll say 25. The question that they asked, at least in this part of the the poll was, who's the coach, the college football coach, that you'd most like to grab a beer and chill out with? You guys want to take any guesses here?
I absolutely know the answer to this.
I don't know. I know the answer.
Tom Herman's not the answer.
Yeah, said Longhorn fans.
14 coaches received votes. Urban Meyer got 8%. Nick Saban got 12%.
Oh, what an ass-kissing crew that is.
Running away with the victory at 29% is the great former Texas Tech head coach, current Washington State head coach, Mike Leach.
Texas Tech is always the national champion.
Now, they got some quotes from some anonymous quotes from some of these coaches. One coach said, I had a beer with Mike Leach last night. It was straight running story time. Another one said, I would say Mike Leach. I did that a couple years ago, and I was scared.
That's awesome.
One guy said it was segue to segue to segue to segue. It ended up with Leach catching a bunch of sturgeon in the Willamette River in Oregon. That's how it ended up. One guy said the Pirate for sure. We were supposed to go hang out in Key West when I was in Florida. He and Steve Spurrier at one time were the only two coaches in the country who could get away with whatever the hell they wanted. He's the most unique guy in the game right now. I love listening to it. So Mike Leach is the guy that most college coaches would want to have a beer with.
That doesn't surprise me, Ben. The other thing I think is real interesting, though, is the guys that said Urban Meyer or Nick Saban. To me, that's the total, hey, I want to go pick the brain of the mastermind thing.
Sure.
In the article, they mentioned they're like, some of the coaches, quite honestly, couldn't get away from the game to answer this question the way it was meant to be asked. Who would you like to get a beer and chill with?
Right.
Not do X's and O's with. I want to chill.
But if that's what you're so passionate about, then that's what you want to talk about. You know, that's what you'd love to. It's like Belichick. Romo and Belichick have developed one of the greatest bromances of all time because they go talk football with each other. But it's on a Jedi level, and so maybe for those guys, there's so few people that can really talk football on that level. That's what they enjoy the most, besides the beer, is the ability to talk to another Jedi.
I want to throw something out there, Ben, that I think is interesting too, because a lot of it has to do with approach. And since you brought up Belichick, there's a lot of people that always talk about Popovich in a certain way at this type of top of this hierarchy. So when he hired Becky Hammon to be on his staff, it was because they just circumstantially ended up on a plane next to each other.
Oh, really?
And he had actually already watched her play many times. And by watching her play, he knew that she knew a lot about basketball. When they sat on the plane together, they didn't talk about basketball because he wanted to know what kind of person she was. And so he left that plane going, I'm going to hire her to my staff one day. And it ended up happening because she had an injury and was going to miss the season, blah, blah, blah. But the whole point is like, Popovich looked at the situation as, I already know the basketball part. Let me find out what this person's about. What can this person offer our organization that's going to enhance the lives of all the people in this organization? And so I understand the approach of, okay, this is my chance to be with Saban, so I'm going to pick his brain on all this stuff. But hell, you can learn a whole lot about a person too if you don't talk about that specific field, because you learn about the things that built that person into whoever they were, whatever their worldview is or isn't.
Now, the second story of Around the Sports, I stumbled across this on the USA Today website. We are now in prime fantasy football season. Drafts are going to be coming up in the next few weeks, things like that.
Ben, what is the current status of the very prestigious Landry Cup?
Well, the Landry Cup is one of the most highly prestigious, hardest hitting safeties in all the league. Everybody knows that the Landry Cup is the most important fantasy football league in the world. It's been going on for many, many years.
I'm blowing a stop the hype.
Shut up, Brent. And so
we like to watch the game.
Shut up. We've lost two members that are really not lifetime members. They were welcomed on late.
Are they like LA Fitness members?
Controversial memberships were awarded to two people, and
a couple of guys died.
It's gone downhill for those guys. They'll no longer be with us. So we're looking for two new members to the Landry Cup. I mean, one of the most important fantasy leagues in all of the land. And our first thought was to bring on Kevin KT Turner. It's a $250 league, right? A lot of trash talking, highly prestigious trophy. couple local media members involved, but a lot of guys that went to elementary school with me and Skin and grew up with us back in the day. So KT, you're out though.
Yeah, I have an engagement because one of the rules that
Oh,
you have is
congrats.
you have to not an engagement.
Did you, Diamond's
No,
direct?
no.
Diamond's
no.
direct.
Take a
Not
knee,
that.
homie.
Not that.
Take a knee and say, "Will you manage me?"
Need a lot more time before I'll be able to live with myself and be a married man.
What?
Shots fired at all the married men out there.
Yeah,
I'm
Uh,
about to take a knee joke.
I will say this. I have something I have to do that weekend.
You can't cancel it.
Mm-mm.
What a jerk.
That's family stuff.
Shippy, you want to get in the Landry Cup?
I mean, what are the parameters of the league?
It's a fantasy league. The best fantasy league in the world is $250. You got to be at the draft in person.
Okay, when's the draft?
25th.
Oh, like in 11 days?
Yeah.
Oh, final countdown to that.
All right. Let me
All right,
know.
I need to
later.
start saving my money.
We're looking for 2 new members to join this league, and so we'll see how it goes.
I would be in, but I've got a serious family member that a serious family.
You're stuttering so much, you make it seem like you're not
a
lying.
serious family matter that I have to attend to.
Fecal matter.
Family Matters was a great show.
Nah, it was okay. It was okay.
Urkel's on that show.
It was Urkel. It was okay.
And then Uncle Phil.
Well, in this article in USA Today, they have 9 fantasy football punishments that will motivate you to avoid last place. The idea being you have your 10 or 12 man league, woman league if you want chicks in there too. And if you finish in last place, like you get the payout for the winner and all that. But there's also the guy who finishes last place, and he's got to do something crazy.
I like this. Now the Landry Cups. This is the 25th year for the Landry Cup.
Did you guys do anything for last place?
No,
though?
I've never finished last. Third's the worst I've ever done.
But do you guys ever make punish
25
the guy who finishes last? Just
I mean, it's pretty much just a beacon of shame that follows them around throughout life forever
See,
to finish last.
I think the 11 guys should just jump him.
Oh, I like that gang initiation. That's awesome.
At the next year's draft.
How do you like me now, Pac-Man?
He went 2-12 and to kick his ass.
All right. So, but other leagues have, is this kind of like the poop your pants bet?
Yeah.
Liquid guys?
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff spreads on Twitter throughout the year. Now, before I get to the 9 on the list, I would like to throw you the one that I proposed last year for the winner, and you guys declined it. Now, this is different, but I proposed the 1 hour long symposium where you guys have to show up for an hour.
Is this your
And
UNT thing?
No, and all 11, all other 11 members in the league have to sit there, and they can't talk. If they talk, it adds a minute to the time. No phones, and the guy who wins the league gets to give an hour presentation on why he won the league, or show some of his favorite music videos, or
people have to take notes,
play some of his favorite audio. But if someone talks without the tiki torch in their hand, then you add a minute running time to the symposium.
That's great.
So, I mean, you basically control their time and kill them for an hour with whatever you want.
I'm going to break down your team now and why your team failed.
And I think that's great, but that's not the case. But on this list, I think we probably did this story last year. Number 1 on the list was making the loser of the league go take the SAT again.
Oh, that is so good.
On a Saturday morning.
That's brutal.
And they have to get a minimum score so that they can't just go there and sit there.
Right.
They have to get at
Right.
least like a 840 or something.
Beating Saturday morning. Getting the leg waxed was another one.
That sounds
Get all
painful.
your leg hair ripped off.
Yeah, it sounds really painful.
Ow.
There's the whole thing where you got to go stand out on the street and hold up a sign.
Right. Yeah.
There's that.
It's kind of played out.
Very played out.
Face tattoo.
Now, one guy had to, who he finished last in the fantasy league, had to wear an Andy Dalton jersey at all times.
That's pretty good.
So
at all times.
I don't know when that bet ends or if that's into eternity.
What about this?
But you're wearing a Dalton jersey.
I think the winner should get to cut everybody else's hair, however.
We worked all season to get to this point. Now let's take advantage of it. Let's have some fun and play together. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh man.
One guy finished last in his league, and he had to get a Cleveland Browns Super Bowl champs tattoo on his bicep.
Oh.
Which is pretty great. One guy, hold Hold on, I lost it there. Yeah, one guy had to dress up like he was a warrior and go out and hang out on the street. He's wearing he's so costumed up.
There's a warrior spirit about me.
Oh, that looks kind of like the scene in Garden State where the guy is still in his uniform from medieval times.
Guys, I have a warrior spirit about me.
Where was that?
Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
One guy had to go out and sell lemonade on the sidewalk.
Oh, dope.
Which is pretty good. One guy had to dress up like a ballerina out on the street. There's all those types of things. I'm trying to think of a good punishment for Sean Sharif, who finishes last place in the fan league every single year.
Tradition like in no other.
It really is.
Is the cornhole thing on September 2nd? Is that where the morning
September
show?
1st.
September 1st. Is that where the morning show does their coordinated village people dance routine?
Yeah, we need to start getting to a solution on that.
We need to gear up as soon as we get back in town next week and get that nailed down.
I don't know if you guys are good at cornhole. I'm pretty sure that I'm the best cornhole player in the state.
You're at least the second best on this show because I'm amazing.
Are you good?
I'm amazing.
Well, Shippy and KT, are you guys good?
It depends how interested I am.
I played on
I don't
Sunday and I was kicking the ass.
Well, I think we could also, at that event, we might make another bet because I think we should take on all the other shows.
Let's do it.
And cornhole.
All right.
Yeah, we don't want any of Sean and RJ though.
All right. Why?
Because they when they get home from work, they just go play.
So what, dude? Sean has to double hand granny throw those sacks.
Looks like a guy baling hay. Out there just throwing it up on the truck.
Too double-handed.
Back's too heavy for
His
him.
back is all broken.
So listen, KT, you're off the team. Did you hear that? He goes, you know what? I'm pulling a Des Bryant in the receiver meeting right now and blowing a stop the hype. He's like, hey guys, Sean and RJ are really good. I'm like, Coach, what about us? We're good. We're good.
I want to do.
I don't. KT,
I'm pretty good.
No. I want.
Now you say you're good.
No.
You're scared of Sean and RJ.
Well, that's cool, dude. We'll replace you with Colby, and you can join the Quitter show at night.
I don't enjoy playing cornhole all the time like they do. Like
during a tournament,
every day they play every day. They practice to get.
Do you know what
better
that
at
is,
cornhole.
though? Seriously, that is a show of guys with way too much spare time. That's what it is.
Do you see the dart thing with Choppy? Choppy's really good at darts.
Yeah, he's really good.
They get good at these yard games. Okay.
Oh, dude, we should have a 105
they
through the
can-
fan yard games tournament.
So they can rub it in their friends' faces.
I
destroyed
you at
cornhole.
They are, because Sean has an awesome house with an awesome pool, and he's always hosting get-togethers and pulling out the yard games.
Right. He
plays
So he gets
cornhole.
really good. So he shows off at his parties and he dominates
Hey,
everyone.
perpetual bachelor is going to master some things.
All right, we're gonna take them on. All right, are you in or out?
Oh, I'm in.
Sounds like
Oh
it.
yeah.
In.
Oh yeah.
Shippy's in. I'm in, Ben. What about you?
I'm gonna blow a start the hype
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
on this match.
Hey,
But
what is that
there's also
weird-
they'll be RJ will be wearing the gay biker suit. Troy will be wearing the sailor suit. Roy will be the construction worker, and Sean will be the Indian.
But
The
is
Native
Troy
American.
gonna dress up for the bet though?
Oh yeah, we just gotta get it. How do we get it?
I'm saying
Does anyone out there know how to?
he's already going to be wearing that sailor outfit.
Yeah. He just shows up. How convenient.
Singing the love?
Yeah,
boat.
Ben, you found a link to Village People costumes.
I did.
So we're good to go.
I did. Yeah, we're good.
All
We got
right.
this. We got this.
We got to get the sizes.
And
Gotta get
we're
their measurements. I wanna
hereby
get real tight.
making a challenge to all other 105.3 The Fan shows about cornhole. We will beat your asses.
September
Yeah,
1st at
hoes.
the Omni
Yeah.
Ho ass
in
hoes.
Dallas.
All right. How do you do a 4-man?
Oh, what a surprise. Sean just tweeted a middle finger to all of us.
Maybe we break him off.
Just on cue.
I love it.
It's like the sun coming up every morning. There's Sean.
He's got it
shooting
on
us the tiny middle fingers.
He's got it on a timer where his Twitter account just sends us a middle finger every 10 days. All right. We love you, Sean. All right. Coming up next. And by the way, congrats on the awesome ratings.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. I was talking to Sean.
Oh.
Not you.
Ours are good too.
don't
Ours
even
are
know
good too,
how to
though. You
ask
know what?
about the
Congrats to
D.
you for the great ratings.
I'd
too.
like to congratulate you right
okay,
now.
good. Congratulations to all Tolos and all shows on the fan. All right.
Everything's worked.
Yep. Coming up next, it's time for the Today Game. some shocking nominees coming your way live from Oxnard on 105.3 The Fan.
Coming up tonight on the KNC Masterpiece, Kevin, we're going to figure out this running back situation before everything gets taken care of.
Plus, should these kids be able to sell their shoes? I mean, they have that stupid Christmas shoes song, so I say, why not? Join the show after Rangers about 10:30 here on The Fan.
Joining us now, the Minute Skin Show, our buddy Dave Blassie again with AutoFlex Leasing, and we want all of our listeners to lease their next car with AutoFlex and save some money. And right now is a great time to do that, David.
It is. If you're in the market for anything built by Toyota, including the Tundra pickup and the Tacoma pickup, maybe a 4Runner, maybe a RAV4, you can get a great, great deal on a lease on those vehicles at AutoFlex Leasing. How great? Probably greater than you can get anywhere else. How about a Honda Accord, Honda Odyssey, Honda Civic? Same thing. Great, great deal. Probably one that you can't get anywhere else at all except AutoFlex Leasing. So if you're in the market to lease that next car and you want a really low price for the car you get, those cars work great in leases because they're terribly reliable and they have wonderful resale value. So if you're in the market for a great car, no better time and no better way to get it than to give us a call at AutoFlex. Let us show you how inexpensively you can get into that car, nothing down, and how much money we can save you every month with a guaranteed resale value at the end. It's called the Flex Lease, available only at AutoFlex Leasing.
Sounds like a heck of a plan to me, and it all begins with that phone number, so I'm going to give it to you. 234-1234. That's with any local area code that works, 234-1234. Of course, autoflex.com is the website. Hey, David, why should we call AutoFlex?
Because we are the good guys.
Play Multiply the Cash today. The family of multiplier scratch ticket games from the Texas Lottery. With Multiply the Cash, you can multiply your prize by 5, 10, 20, 50, or up to 100. Multiply the Cash. Multiply what you love.
Do you remember me?
Sure. You and your husband were moving to another home.
This is where we moved to.
It's beautiful.
Please, look at all the junk they left behind.
Point to what you would like to disappear, ma'am.
Well, let's start with that broken bird bath, that old swing set, and that nasty old yard furniture.
When you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
And those broken tree limbs.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Make a smarter decision and upgrade to a Mazda from Freeman Mazda today. From fuel efficiency to interior comfort, Mazdas simply perform better. So make the smart choice and visit Freeman Mazda today, where you can lease a new 2018 Mazda CX-5 Sport for just $219 a month for 36 months. Just $219 a month for a new CX-5. Log on to freemanmazda.net and visit Freeman Mazda, 1840 East Airport Freeway in Irving. 1999 to its signing. Call 888-416-8592 for details.
We're talking with Eden, an actual client of Frankel & Frankel at 1-800-Lawyers.
When my car accident happened, between calling 911 and trying to avoid the guy who clearly wasn't paying attention that hit me, then the sirens, then the emergency vehicles, you're overwhelmed. I called 1-800-Lawyers from the scene of the accident, and it's the best phone call that I've ever made. The call is free, and you're talking with a highly experienced personal injury lawyer at Frankel & Frankel, whose entire focus is to be sure you're okay and that you get the best care possible. There's no out-of-pocket costs at all, and the Frankels work with incredible doctors all over DFW. I was injured, I missed work, I needed a rental car. My doctors were fantastic. Now I'm focused on my recovery and let the Frankels deal with everything, including putting the insurance company on notice that they'll go all the way to trial if necessary to get a recovery that is best for me and my family.
If you're in an accident and it's not your fault, immediately call Frankel & Frankel at 1-800-Lawyers or online at frankelfirm.com. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Sean Sharif here with the Working Man's Green Egg Giveaway. Show us a photo of your grill with an explanation of why you deserve a new big green egg. We want to reward the working man who likes to cook but is currently using a busted grill. So get a new big green egg just in time for Labor Day weekend. Register now at 1053thefan.com/workingman.
I just can't stop scratching. Struggling to get relief from itching due to your atopic dermatitis, also known as eczema? If so, you may qualify for a clinical study testing an investigational medication for the itch associated with atopic dermatitis. Qualified participants will receive study-related care at no charge. Call 1-844-777-4824, 1-844-777-ITCH, or visit advandastudy.com for more information on how to participate. Sponsored by Vanda Pharmaceuticals.
It just keeps getting bigger and better. It's time for our third annual Fan Cornhole Tournament and Party. Saturday afternoon, September 1st, on the Pegasus Lawn in front of the Owner's Box Sports Bar and Grill inside the Omni Dallas, where your team will be competing for one of the largest cornhole prizes in the country. $3,000. Free to enter, but register now before it's too late. Details at 1053thefan.com/cornhole.
Presented in part by Metro PCS and Visit Florida.
Kevin, I got a text from Soda the other day, and it said, hey, would you mind checking out our reviews section? So I did. I went to it, and I clicked on it and gave them a great review because my results have been amazing. And then I started looking at some of the other reviews. A lot of people have had an impact from Soda.
Well, sure, you like those reviews, but when I sent you a text message with my review of how you've been looking, that made you, quote, uncomfortable.
It was just weird when my kids said, Dad, why does Kevin keep sending these messages to you?
I see why their reviews are so good on sodaweightloss.com. I'm just saying you're doing a good job, and my review of you, very good.
Well, I appreciate that. And what we want you to do is go check out the Soda reviews at sodaweightloss.com, because that right there will give you a good idea of how to be inspired to get on your journey.
And once you start that journey, you can roll out to Garland, Plano, Fort Worth, South Lake, Arlington, or Dallas. You can also give them a call at 1-800-800-5080.
That's Soda. Say it with me now. State of the art.
Bad news. It's the final week for you to win $1,000. So let's get to it. Your next chance to win a grand happens at 16 past the hour on the Fan.
Dallas Truck World has more than 700 vehicles in stock: cars, vans, SUVs, and, of course, trucks. It's all at DallasTruckWorld.com.
Pretty interesting. Bovada's come out with the odds of who Khalil Mack will be playing for after the October 30th trade deadline in the NFL. The team with the most likely team that he'll play for is the Raiders. Next best, most likely team is the Packers. Then the Bills. Then the Cowboys.
Whoa.
Fascinating. Wow. The Cowboys would even be on that list. That could make for an interesting topic, but we can't do it now. Travis Frederick and Zach Martin are coming up. You don't want to miss that. That's at 5:00. Then we got to get into our adventure last night where we jumped on a stranger's boat here in Oxnard, California. I want to thank DMS Roofing, Omni Frisco, Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Dulce Vita Tequila, and Twin Peaks for getting us out to Oxnard, California. Our coverage of Dallas Cowboys camp continues, but right now it's time for this.
On this day in history, throughout time, magical things have happened. Here to prove it is the only radio show with the courage to look history dead in the mother***ing eye. It's time to play the Today Game.
It's a game that's happening today. Let's go.
Take it away, you jackwagons.
Guys, it was on this day 31 years ago that a human angel was born into the world of sports all over the place. Happy birthday, Tim Tebow.
You step up and let one thing define you. That's your effort. That's how much you care. Because in this game, Alabama's better than you. But let me tell you one thing that they better not be better at you then.
What?
And that's called heart. It's called courage, called how much you care. Everybody wants to talk about discipline and hard work and all these things. I don't believe in them. Because when you care about something, that's what makes you get up and work. That's what makes you have discipline. So in this game, don't flinch. Don't be scared of Alabama. Don't be scared of T-Town. Don't be scared of their titles. You walk into that stadium and you play with brothers. You fight. And guess what? That's going to be enough. Because right now, I believe in being humble and understanding where your blessings come from. But in this game, it's about time you have some pride. You take some pride in the T, because Peerless Price ain't coming back. Peyton Manning ain't coming back. T. Martin ain't coming back. You need to have someone step up and have leadership to get the job done. It's about time you had pride in Tennessee. Let's go.
Wow.
Man,
That is the sassiest.
There's 100 things there.
He is swerving all over the road of confusion, but doing it with the sassiest style of, hey, everybody, we're going to play hard, but I don't believe in playing hard, but still play your hardest.
Be humble.
But let me tell you one thing that they better not be better at you then.
What? That's the moment where everyone looked at each other like, wait, that guy on speed? I don't understand.
He said you can have discipline and hard work, but I don't believe in it. Wait, you're Tim Tebow. I thought you did believe in discipline and hard work.
I'm confusing everybody. But we're going to go. Everybody go. It's go time. Yay!
Say it.
I love to win at sports. Come on, guys.
And I love to win.
Say it.
Did she get what she was looking for?
I think she got what she
I don't think
wanted.
she did. He said, it's time to play with some pride. And she goes, yes. Wait, what?
Who is that?
Can we get the last 15 seconds there, Shippy? We have time.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Yep, here we go.
He ain't coming back. T. Martin ain't coming back. You need to have someone step up and have leadership and get the job done.
Say it.
It's about time you had pride in Tennessee. Let's go.
Wow.
Ha!
Who is that bird? Where'd she?
Now, I don't know. That was the chick that was working with Matt Berry at the time.
So that is like a Sports Center anchor.
Yeah.
And they're going live to him being sassy in Tennessee.
Live to him to give a pep talk to the volunteers.
Guys,
Alabama.
speaking of angels born onto the earth, the wickedly talented Mila Kunis is 35.
Morning, nice people who I still don't know your names and who mean nothing to me.
Well, I certainly hope that doesn't apply to me, especially after last night.
You got a point there, hot stuff. And if sex with the rest of you is half as good as it was with her, then I think we're all going to get along just fine.
But no, Peter, you can't have sex with the kids.
Well, I wish you told him that before he lost his memory. It was a joke. I was just making a joke.
That's your sense of humor?
I was just kidding.
Meg, that's awful.
Jeez, you open your mouth for a joke once and that's what you come up with? That's messed up, Meg.
I was just trying to be funny.
That's so awesome.
Not her best role, but
she is freaking adorable on every level.
She loves whiskey too.
Huge Mila Kunis fan.
that's why it's great that she plays Meg.
Yeah.
Because
the new shark movie.
the Meg.
The Meg.
Guys, the Sega Genesis was born from robots on this day in 1989.
Word up.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green, leather sofa. Got 2 rides, a limousine with the chauffeur. Phone bill about 2 G's flat. No need to worry, my accountant handles that. And my whole crew is lounging, celebrating every day, no more public housing.
God, I
he's
love
awesome.
him. Yeah, it's amazing.
The Sega's so good. Sonic the Hedgehog, probably their most notable game. But they had some good sports games. I mean, you played the Madden, you played the RBI baseball, little Joe Montana sports talk football. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah. Was
NFL
that
quarterback club?
The last hockey game where you could make Gretzky fall on the ice and his head bleed? Was that the Sega version?
NHL 94, yes, sir.
Yeah.
That was good, man.
Just play the hell out of that.
Sega was great.
Guys.
You played a hockey game?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Played that
Nice.
hockey game all the time.
Ben loves video hockey.
Yeah, video hockey is actually not bad at all.
Did you not know that Ben was the video hockey hawk?
Nope. I had no idea.
Yep. He used to pop on tonight in Canadian video hockey.
Yep.
It was a big show in Canada.
Guys, Steve Martin is 73.
How many people have cats? Let me ask you this. Do you trust them? Because I've got to get a pair of cat handcuffs and I got to get them right away. What a drag. I found out my cat was embezzling from me. Found out while I was away. He would go out to the mailbox, pick up the checks, take them down to the bank and cash them. Disguised as me. He had the little kitty arrow through the head and the little kitty bunny ears. And I wouldn't have caught him, but I went outside to his house where he sleeps, and there was about $3,000 worth of cat toys out there. And you can't return them because they have spit all over them. So now I'm stuck with $3,000 worth of cat toys.
Oh, man.
Such a stupid premise. It's so great.
It's so great to imagine the cat up and talking to the teller disguised as him.
There's a scene in The Jerk where this charity comes to him where they went underground in this like Mexican underground kitty juggling ring. And they show Steve Martin's juggling these kittens. The guy's trying to get money for it. Oh, I love you, Steve Martin.
All
Love you
right.
so much.
Our final nominee is Magic Johnson, who turns 59.
It's the best Chili Pepper song.
Magic Johnson is 59. Let's get to voting. Tim Tebow, Mila Kunis, Sega Genesis, Steve Martin, and Magic Johnson. Let's start the voting with you, Shepai.
Wow, this is a great day. I love all of these candidates. But I'm going to have to vote for, I got to go with Mila Kunis. If you out there look like Mila Kunis, I'm accepting resumes.
Okay.
Should be Fun Sports on Twitter.
Resumes for what?
For Mila Kunis.
All right.
I'm on LinkedIn too. I don't know.
That's the best place to find the next superstar.
Mm-hmm. I'm hiring.
Skin?
God, such an amazing day. But he wanted her to sing from her diaphragm. Give me the great Steve Martin.
All right. Steve Martin with a vote. KT?
Give me Phil Collins and Sega Genesis.
I can feel it. Coming in the air tonight.
Whoa.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Bam! Sega Genesis, congrats. That's right. I'd like to vote for the Hockey Hawk, the Video Hockey Hawk. Congratulations, Sega Genesis. Somebody let them know they'll receive the complete fun package. Coming up next, Travis Frederick and Zach Martin together for 30 minutes. Then we tell the story about getting on a yacht out here with a mysterious human being. All that's true, and it all really happened. An incredible 5 o'clock hour. Next on 105.3 The Fan.
The only way you can take the fan with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This CBS Sports Minute brought to you by SimpleSleepTest.com. Annoying snoring could be deadly snoring. Don't ignore the snore. Get tested today at SimpleSleepTest.com.
This is Tiki Barber with the CBS Sports Minute. Well, it's official. Denver Broncos quarterback Paxton Lynch is a bust. After just one preseason game into his third year, the former first-rounder has been relegated to third string behind 2018 seventh-rounder Chad Kelly. In 2 seasons, Lynch has failed to have any meaningful impact, failing to beat out another seventh-rounder in Trevor Siemian. There's been speculation from the beginning that Lynch doesn't love the grind of being an NFL quarterback, or he lacks the acumen to pick up the necessary particulars. It's gotten so bad in Denver that fans have started a crowdfunding campaign to pay for the team to cut him. They won't actually take the money, I don't think, but they should heed the implication. Lynch needs a change of scenery. He has all the physical talents in the world, but he can't seem to put it together. It's never easy to admit that they've made a mistake, but the Broncos, who still have one of the league's great defenses, can't waste any more time trying to develop a player who's not their future. I'm Tiki Barber.
CBS Sports Radio.
I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans, America's premier home purchase lender. We've created a new way to protect you from unpredictable interest rates. Our exclusive Rate Shield approval. First, we lock your interest rate for up to 90 days. Then, if rates go up, your rate stays locked. But if rates go down, your rate drops. Either way, you win. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rate Shield approval only valid on certain 30-year fixed-rate loans. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. Additional conditions or exclusions may apply.
O'Reilly. If your AC is blowing hot air, let O'Reilly Auto Parts help bring back the cool this summer. While you may need to eventually service your AC unit, get immediate relief with Interdynamics Arctic Freeze R134A refrigerant with leak sealer for $32.99. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Diamonds Direct, we can't make a Frisbee trick shot or pull off an NFL cheer routine, but we do know our diamonds. So when Brody Smith, trick Frisbee champion, and Kelsey Lawrence, Dallas Cowboy cheerleader visited, we might have shown off our skills just a little bit.
They did a really, really amazing job to actually lay down, here's what you can do. If she really wants the most pure, clear cut possible diamond, you can go this route. If that's something that's not that important to you, you can actually get a much cheaper diamond and a bigger in size.
Then we said, hey, Brody, watch this. No middleman pricing. The largest diamonds at the guaranteed best prices. Bam.
And with Diamonds Direct, not having a middle person, you don't have to negotiate.
Don't forget our lifetime guarantee.
The lifetime warranty they have on the rings are amazing at Diamonds Direct. There's complimentary sizing, complimentary cleaning.
And our huge selection. We have what she wants.
It kind of took my breath away when I did see how big that diamond was.
Diamonds Direct. Check out Brody and Kelsey on YouTube and Instagram. And come see us at Preston Road and Sherry Lane.
Well, howdy, partner. I'm Tina, inviting you down to Tina's Tiny Belt Buckle Emporium. You want regular belt buckles, you say? No, we ain't got none of them big old boys, but we do got oodles and oodles of teeny tiny belt flattering tweezers, tickling little old belt buckles. Woo! It's a whole new world of pants up keeping over here. Let me tell you what.
not 100% Texan. Yeah! When only 100% Texan will do, the Hatch Chili Hunger Buster with just a hint of heat. DQ, eat like a Texan at participating Texas DQs.
Make the smart choice at Freeman Mazda. Upgrade your driving experience without inflating your monthly payment. Behind the wheel of an award-winning Mazda. Shop Freeman Mazda today, where you can lease a new 2018 Mazda 3 sedan for just $199 a month for 36 months. Just $199 a month for a new Mazda 3. Log on to freemanmazda.net and visit Freeman Mazda, 1840 East Airport Freeway in Irving. 1999 to its sign. Call 888-416-8592 for details.
If you're looking for authentic handcrafted smoked meats, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats, and for almost 70 years, we've been on a mission to reintroduce folks to authentic smoked meats, the way they were made in butcher shops 100 years ago. Our dry-cured bacon, smoked sausage, and chorizo are guaranteed to be the best you've ever eaten, or I'll give you your money back. Visit our website at kielbasa.com to find a retailer near you. Kielbasa, slow crafted in San Antonio since 1949.
Nomar Mazara has achieved a lot in the big leagues. Big hits? Check.
Home run for Nomar Mazara. His second of the game gives the Rangers their first walk-off win this season.
Big plays? Oh, yeah.
Maz plays the carom, throws to second, and he got him.
And now he's getting a bobblehead. On Saturday, August 18th, the first 15,000 fans get the first ever Coca-Cola Walmart Nomar Mazara bobblehead when your Rangers host the Angels. Tickets are at TexasRangers.com.
This is the exclusive home of Dallas Cowboys football. KRLD FM and HD1, Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's go, Cowboys.
A radio.com station. Live from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard, this is the Ben and Skin Show on 105.3 The Fan.
It's Ben and Skin Show live from Oxnard, California at Cowboys training camp. Coming up momentarily, another chance for you to win $1,000, but you've got to listen for your chance to win. I want to thank our sponsors, DMS Roofing, Omni Frisco, Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Dulce Vita Tequila, and of course Twin Peaks for making this trip happen. And we've got a lot of awesome content coming your way. This 5 o'clock hour, man, this could be our best hour from camp. We've got a sit down with both Travis Frederick and Zach Martin combined coming your way. It's a two-piecer.
The 5 o'clock hour, money hour for the PM drive.
No doubt. And then we're going to follow that two-piece up with a story about being on a yacht last night with a strange man. All of us on it. And I say yacht makes it sound like it's a giant boat. It wasn't a giant boat. Very small confines. That story is coming your way, as well as our brush with wildlife. But if you're following along on the 105.3 The Fan Facebook page, then you're very aware of that insanity that took place. So be sure to like our 105.3 The Fan Facebook page. That way, if something breaks off, you'll know about it and be following instantaneously with some Facebook Live video. But right now, it's time for this.
It's like going into Wisconsin.
Well, I got the kicked out of me in Wisconsin once. Forget it.
Snap count on my mind, Romo hand on my butt. I'm the center, and that's what's up, yeah. I touch the ball on every play, and if you see me coming at you, it's time to pray. I got a big beard and a real mean streak. In the bedroom, I'm a super freak. I once ate a whole honey-baked ham. Ask a DT who the I am. My name is Frederick. Yeah, Travis Frederick. My name is Frederick. Yeah, Travis Frederick.
All right, joining us now on the Ben and Skin Show, it is 40% of the best offensive line in football. They're best friends. They're incredible at what they do, and we love having them on the show. Travis Frederick and Zach Martin. Hello, boys. How are we doing today?
Good. Thanks for having us. You know, it's for us to be here kind of towards the end of camp. Can you guys let us know what we've missed? What's been happening? Can you just fill us in to right now?
Well, I think that you've certainly missed a lot. Sean and RJ waking us up in the morning, as per usual. Usually they come in after you, so it's a little bit easier for me to deal with. But this time they just kind of hit me right up front and they really messed with me.
Kind of smacked you around a little bit. What about you, Zach?
No, it's been good. It's been a physical camp. We've been going at it pretty good. You missed a nice Travis Frederick fight there.
I didn't fight anyone.
You missed. It's really been just a physical grinding camp.
Yeah, it has.
But it's been good on both sides. I think both sides have really been pushing us. Be honest, the defense has been getting after us a little bit, which is great.
Absolutely.
So it's been a good camp.
I want to go back to that small little brief thing you said in there about something that we actually didn't miss it because it was all over the internet.
Yeah.
Travis, how are you going to explain to your son the language used in that video?
Well, certain things. This is the explanation is this: there's certain things that happen in between the lines.
Oh, yes.
That don't translate outside of that. That are meant to stay there. And in today's world,
it's crazy how close the cameras get to the.
It's like what's amazing that the media is so close and watching us so closely. And I think that's a great lesson to teach them that somebody's always listening.
Yes.
And you need to be careful about those words that you're saying.
So what happened in that fight? Did he lose his temper? Did you say something to spark it up? I mean, why did that happen?
Well, like Zach alluded to earlier, it's been a really physical camp.
It really has.
So there's been a lot of high tensions, and we love working against our D line. We think that they challenge us, and I think that
this has been as
really,
physical,
really
I think,
good.
as physical as camp as we've had.
Yeah.
Wow. Really.
And so when you have that going on and you get into the dog days of camp, there's just not a lot you're looking forward to. You can't see the end of the light at the end of the tunnel or anything like that. And tempers start to flare. And there was some words exchanged before the snap, at the
What
snap.
were the words?
Well, there was an argument about the snap count and aligning offsides or onsides. And
is it just tic tac stuff, or is it personal from jump?
I thought it was tic tac stuff,
Okay.
but evidently it got personal very quickly.
Did you say something back that was personal?
No, I don't talk trash. I don't.
We're not the best trash talkers. I was
Not the
telling,
best is an
I was
understatement.
telling Coach Richard, he's about as good as it gets, and
So smooth.
I went up to him. I said, I need to go to like the school of trash talking with you or something because I'm terrible at it.
It's not a classic Notre Dame that you
No, it's not. It's not very natural to me.
There's a really cool maneuver in that, though, and it's the sideways backpedal trash talk that you exhibited, Travis.
I wasn't expecting anything. I didn't think that it was going to be like I didn't expect the fight.
Right.
To be honest, I thought we were just talking because pre-snap there was that same sort of conversation. I was like, all right, we're done. And I was like on my way out, and he was talking. Obviously, you heard my words and not his. So clearly on
What
the
were
camera.
his?
I don't remember exactly what they were, but then it started, and
I think I
literally
can
as
take
soon
a
as it
guess.
started, Joe Looney jumped in so quickly, and the rest of the guys.
Your boys had your back.
Yeah.
Did
it
he
was
say?
awesome.
I want to guess at what he said because I couldn't hear what he said. Did he say "on guard"?
I think there was something like
I don't know.
That was it.
I've never been in a fight. I don't know.
My favorite part, though, was when Zach comes flying into the shot, and as soon as he leaves the ground, he goes, "Cannonball!" And there's just a giant splash of that was so awesome. Nice hops,
Yeah,
dude.
thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
the vertical's been working.
Yeah.
You know, I love that you guys aren't good at talking trash because you're really good at doing your job.
Right.
And-
Well, I think I have a my kind of outlook on the whole thing is do your job really well and then don't poke the bear.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
You keep doing your job nice. No reason to poke the bear.
Right.
You know.
It's like there's also something extra menacing about someone who's so good at their craft, and when you talk trash to them, it's like they don't hear you.
Yeah.
They're like a robot. I will destroy you.
Yeah.
And so to that end, everyone in the world knows you guys are really good at football, and I know you guys follow this closely. The Madden ratings are out for 2019 Madden, and Zach,
We're gonna do this again.
do you know what your Madden rating is?
I do not know.
Uh-huh. Do you know yours?
I have not heard.
Okay. Do you guys think you're towards the top or towards the bottom? Which one of you guys do you think has a higher Madden rating? Travis or Zach?
Well, I think based on the new contract status, I think Zach should have
His eyebrows go up like, yeah, bitch. Okay, I got good.
You don't even care about this anymore because you're all Fortnite old.
I'm all
time.
Fortnite.
I was gonna say I've been following that. You're all in, aren't you?
It's so embarrassing.
Your wife must hate you.
I brought,
I initially thought that you were like posting like just your kids stuff, but I was like, it's midnight and there's no way your kids are awake.
so my wife and I got real concerned about how addicted they are to Fortnite.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it, and I got addicted. So, like, if my kids are, God forbid, they ever try like an addictive drug, I'm not going to go, hey, let me try this crap. Oh yeah, oh honey, they shouldn't be doing this.
You're like the undercover vice cop that ends up just getting hooked.
Yes, I brought my PS4 to camp.
Oh God.
I hate that you're subjected to this.
I'm not a gamer, so
okay.
I just,
Well, okay, so you guys, Travis and Zach, are tied with somebody else with the highest Madden rating in the game. for the Cowboys. You guys are both at 96, which
Whoa.
is really good. It's like almost the best. And so there aren't any hundreds. So who do you guys think you're tied with?
At 96.
On our team?
It's on your team.
I think
Tyron or DeMarcus.
See, I'm going to say Zeke.
Okay. Tyron is 95. Zeke is 92.
Oh, wow.
Who else?
DeMarcus then.
DeMarcus is 91. Now, have they way undersold DeMarcus at 91?
Very much so.
Okay.
Very much so.
Look how serious the
Yeah.
look is on their face. They're like, yeah, they've made a great mistake.
Well, you know what's great about that, though, is because so much of DeMarcus's first few years were injuries and different things. And then last year he was incredible.
Yeah.
And so if you just look at like the history of sports, you go, okay, can this person do it again?
Right.
And I think y'all's reaction right now is an indication that he's primed for another spectacular year.
Yeah, no, training camp, he's been very impressive. I haven't seen a guy rush like that. So, I mean, he's been very, very good.
Yeah. Love that.
We're going to win a championship.
And the mutual respect, too, because first of all, DeMarcus Lawrence at Travis's charity event, Blocking Out Hunger at Topgolf 2 years ago, we were goofing around introducing you guys, introducing all the teammates that showed up. And how'd you introduce Zach Martin?
I think we gave everybody a lot of love, and I go, oh, and here's Zach Martin.
And dude, he turned around and was like, hey, don't give this man give me the mic. He's like, give this man his respect. Don't joke around about
He was
that.
sunning me, and I was like, no, I know this guy. He's in on the bed, I swear.
He goes, he's the best offensive lineman in the game. And he stood, and so here you are giving love back to him. That's awesome. But it's Sean Lee. Sean Lee's they've got him at 96, of course.
Where was LP?
I'm not sure
He's
what
perfect at what he does.
Yeah, I can't believe he's getting screwed in these Madden ratings.
So let me ask you guys, what should Connor Williams' rating be?
Well, we're yet to see. We'll see.
Yeah, I think it's got to be difficult for the ratings people to make a rating on somebody that they've never seen. You have to judge off a college and sort of forecast where they're going to be at. So, I mean, based on a college, I think it's really difficult to project that NFL. That's why scouts get paid so much money to do that.
Well,
what a great answer! What a beast!
It does bring up the question, though. You were here when he was a rookie.
Yes,
and then he was all pro, all world rookie.
Yep.
So if you use that as a barometer, how much further does the guy on your left have to go to do what Zach did?
That's also a difficult question, but I think that Zach is special. I think Zach was special at that moment, and I think that it's gonna be very difficult to find somebody that comes in and plays that well out of the gate, especially at a position.
Right, and this guy's 20. He just turned 21 years old. You know, I mean, he's still learning the game. So I think he's done a great job coming in and working hard, getting better. But people don't realize that how came out after his junior year and is still really learning the game, not only switching positions, but just being a young player. So he showed improvement, and he's going to keep getting better. So we're excited to have him on the line.
He works really hard, and you can tell he really wants to be very good. So that's definitely a plus on his side.
What happens if an offensive lineman comes to this team with this amazing talent you guys have and is not a hard worker?
Well, I think you're exposed very quickly. I think the standard that we've set in our room since the moment I got here, I know they had said it before, is just it's a constant work, and if you're not doing it, you're it's very obvious, and you're put on blast. And I think that's what we do so well as older guys, is hold each other to a high standard and show those guys how to do it, do things.
Older guys?
I love the NFL. They're older guys in their mid-20s.
27.
Dude.
Connor's 21.
Also 27.
Connor's 21. That's 6 years. Come on.
You're not older guys.
You guys are younger than KT, and he's our baby. What are you talking about?
Your baby.
I was just talking to Travis on the field, and he was like, I'm the third oldest guy on offense.
That's a good
in experience, Zach's older than I am too, so that would
but in terms of
experience,
like been in the league,
Cole or
Tyron Cole. And then me.
That's a formula for NFL success, though, when you have veterans in their 20s and they're the oldest guys, because the nature of the game is it chews a lot of guys up. And so that's everything I hear so far gets me really jazzed up for this season.
Well, that's really what the goal of this was just to kind of get you guys good.
Hey, as long as Ben and Skinner are happy, I mean, hell, that's really all that matters.
All right, so the interview could technically end right here with Travis Frederick and Zach Martin, and it would have been arguably the best interview at Cowboys camp in the last decade.
Award-winning.
Yeah.
A lot of chatter about it. A lot of think pieces written about it.
But as my friend Nas likes to say, it's just halftime. I mean, that's all this is. We're at the halfway point, right?
Yes.
This interview keeps on going, refuses to be stopped, and even gets better.
It just gets
Yeah.
better.
It's a two-piece. Part 2 is coming up here momentarily.
Make it happen. Let's keep moving forward.
Another thing we're trying to move forward is the chance for you to win $1,000 as part of our national Turn It On, Leave It On national cash contest. Every 15 minutes past the hour, we give you a word. If you text that word in to 72881, you are officially entered into our $1,000 cash contest. You could win $1,000. The word for this hour is bail.
Ha ha!
B-A-I-L. Bail. KT used to throw bales of hay. Is that how bales is spelled there?
It's like Christian Bale.
Bail money. Bail bondsman.
Why do we pick hononyms? For
Bales of hay. B-A-I-L. Text that word into 72881. You could win $1,000. Here's what we got coming up. At 5:40, we tell the story of getting on a stranger's boat last night. We could have all been murdered. We may have been.
We did.
We'll get into that 5:40. But coming up next, part 2 of our award-winning interview with Travis Frederick and Zach Martin. And boy, part 2 heats up. Maybe the best interview that's ever happened in the history of the world. I don't want to oversell it, but a lot of people are saying that. That's coming up next, part 2, right here on 105.3 The Fan. Hey, listen, if you're struggling financially, you can't enjoy over-the-top stuff like that. You just can't laugh. You can't enjoy your weekends. You can't go make memories with your friends and enjoy yourself because you're so worried about your financial situation. If this sounds like what you're going through, then why don't you pick up the phone and call our guy Mark Rubin at 1-800-LAWYERS. Mark helps people all day, every day who are dealing with credit card debt. Compounding debt can eat you alive. Don't be in that situation. Call Mark Rubin now at 1-800-LAWYERS.
Yeah, the track record's really impressive, Ben. When you look at it, he's been doing it a long time, and he's helped thousands of people. I always find that to be a staggering kind of number, and it means a lot of our listeners have had to turn to Mark Rubin for help because, he's been a partner with our show and the station for a really long time. He's become a really good friend of mine and Ben's, and we think he's the right guy for the job, not just because he knows the ins and outs, but also because he's easy to relate to. And for a lot of people, when they have financial problems like this, you don't want to just turn it over to anybody. You got to feel good about that person. Well, trust us, you will feel good about Mark. Give him a call, 1-800-LAWYERS. Start the conversation. Let's get on the road to financial recovery. DallasTexasLegal.com is the website. If you would like to go see a little bit more, you can find that out there. But give him a call today. Tell him Ben and Skin sent you. Let's start the road to financial recovery with Mark Rubin and Rubin and Associates at 1-800-LAWYERS.
The one place to grab the fan wherever you go. Radio.com. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
With summer winding down and kids going back to school, you may have made it through the summer season without somebody breaking into your home and stealing all your stuff. Maybe you haven't dealt with a home invasion. Thank God. Hopefully you have not. Having said that, they do happen. They do happen all the time. Just look in the newspaper, watch the news. That's why it's very important for you to have a home security system. I had my home broken into several years ago, and I had a janky, terrible, awful alarm system, so it did not help me. Since then, I've moved on to DFW Security, and I'm so glad I have. And right now, if you call DFW Security, you'll get the same 5-diamond rated alarm monitoring service that the big boys offer, but you can get it for less than $13 per month.
Since Ben got DFW Security, I no longer break into his house because I will get caught. If you want that kind of security, give them a call right now at 888-594-5018 or go to dfwsecurity.com. They got 2 options. One, Ben's talking about the basic monitoring, and if you mention us, you'll get 2 months free. But we both have the upgraded smart security package. And if you mention us, they'll throw in a keyless door lock and an indoor camera with 2-way audio at no extra cost. Give them a call right now. One of the next 3 callers that mentions Ben and Skin gets this hookup on the smart security upgrade. It's 888-594-5018. Again, mention Ben and Skin when you call 888-594-5018 for DFWsecurity.com.
Summit Racing Equipment has what you need to get race ready from Rhodes Race Cars. You'll find roll cages, fuel cells, water tanks, 4-link kits, and more in stock. Everything you need for anything you drive.
high-performance trim on the market. With AZAC trim, there's no chipping and no cracking. AZAC is moisture and insect resistant, incredibly durable, and handles paint too. In fact, AZAC is backed by a lifetime limited warranty. And did you know that you could use AZAC trim as a ceiling or wainscoting inside your home? An awesome look. Check out AZAC.com. Long-lasting, low-maintenance, inspired design. That's AZEK.com.
The first thing everyone says when they want to talk about my journey with SOTA weight loss, that's SOTA, stands for state of the art, is how different I look. And look, I get it. After dropping 176 pounds, I understand why people want to talk about that. But what I want to talk about is how different I feel. I used to wake up with back pain, and then my knees would always hurt or pop whenever I had to walk, really any distance whatsoever. But those aren't problems anymore. Even though I'm getting older, I truly feel that I've grown younger in the last year. And not just because my body's metabolism age has dropped from the 80s down into the 40s. So once you're ready to make a meaningful change, and there's no time like the present, all you got to do is make your way out to one of the SOTA locations in Garland, Plano, Fort Worth, Southlake, Arlington, or Dallas. You can also hit up SOTAweightloss.com, where they have more than 550 reviews with an average score of 4.9 out of 5 stars. Or call 1-800-800-5080. That's SOTA. Wait for it. State of the art.
A Flock of Seagulls, Wang Chung, Naked Eyes, Missing Persons, and many more will be at the theater at Grand Prairie, formerly Verizon Theater, on Friday, August 24th for the second annual Lost 80s Live. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Presented in part by Ally and fairlease.org.
Following segment of the Ben and Skin Show brought to you by waterisawesome.com.
Visit waterisawesome.com to sign up for weekly reminders telling you what your lawn needs based on real-time data from neighborhood weather stations. Water is awesome. Use it, enjoy it, just don't waste it.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by Diamonds Direct and 1-800-Lawyers. If you've been hurt in an accident and it's not your fault, call the office of Frankel and Frankel right now at 1-800-Lawyers. They have a strong army of attorneys to fight for you. Principal office, Dallas, Texas.
Thank you, Jonathan. Ben and Skin Show, 105.3 The Fan, live from Oxnard, California. Our camp coverage is brought to you by Dulce Vita, by Twin Peaks, by Omni Frisco, by our friends at DMS Roofing, and of course, Albertsons, Tom Thumb. You are just at the halfway point of a Travis Frederick and Zach Martin spectacular, as it were. We sat down with those guys yesterday, and if you just tuned in, we're going to take the full 20-minute uncut interview, and we will podcast that later at Ben and Skin, all spelled out on our Twitter account. That's where we post podcasts, but we'll post the whole thing uncut, just, the interview aspect of it. And if you are just tuning in, the thing that really stuck out to me, boys, about the first half that got me really excited, I've kind of been thinking about it for the last 36 hours or so, is this being the most physical camp that Zach has seen since he's been here. We always talk about tone setters and all those kinds of things. I think that speaks volumes about where this team is at. We talk about a lot of leadership is turned over. It's the youngest team in the NFL in terms of camp bodies. It's even younger than the Browns. And I think that's a really good sign, Ben. If Zach thinks this is the most physical camp, that says something.
Yeah. I just hope it's not too physical. I mean,
don't hurt nobody.
Well, yeah, I don't want anybody to get hurt. And it's interesting talking to so many players. They're all so sore already.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're through one preseason game. So I hope that works out.
You guys limping off the field already?
Nah, that's just Chaz Green.
Well, no, I mean, that's a daily thing for him because of the IV situation.
It's a delicate tightrope to walk, right? Too physical or not physical enough.
I hate the preseason so much because someone's going to get hurt. And one of I remember Hitchens last year was the big one. I hate it. But hey, Garrett, no camp cupcake for Garrett, right?
Yeah, he's kind of up in the ante. And I know there's different rules and a different collective bargaining agreement and all that. But when the Cowboys were a dynasty, they came out here and murdered each other.
They all want to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. I wonder, too, as the star gains in notoriety and prominence, how much longer we even come out to Oxnard at all, especially if it's going to be this hot the whole time. But why don't we get right into it? Here is part 2 of our exclusive sit-down with Zach and Travis.
So everybody wants to know how Tyron's doing. Tyron doesn't talk to the media a ton, obviously.
By a ton, you mean not at all?
Not at all. And so, do you guys think Tyron is going to be battling this back injury forever, and that's just the way back injuries go? Or is he 100%? Is he good? I mean, what are you guys seeing from Tyron? I mean, because we know even if he's not 100%, he can still be elite. but what do you think he is?
I think it's hard for us to gauge where, his injury status is, but I will say that he's playing, in my opinion, and now I don't know tackle quite as well as center, but in my opinion, he's playing better than he has the last couple of years.
Wow.
Training. Like he's taken another step, and we didn't know that step was available.
Yeah, I think he's being smart and taking care of it. But when he's out there, he's killing it per usual. And like he said, he's looks as good as ever. So no signs so far. Yeah.
I'm curious just about y'all's own development. Can you tell right now that you feel, I don't know, more experienced or better, more talented than you did, say, 2 years ago? Like, is that a sizable difference that you can feel?
I think absolutely. I think just the game just gets slower and slower for you. At least, the more you play and the more reps you get, and especially this camp, it felt very comfortable out there. We've added some stuff to our game, and kept working on the things we've been good at. So I think definitely with experience, you just get better and better.
So are you guys anticipating loaded boxes? I mean, until otherwise notified. I mean, are you expecting teams to say we're stopping the run, now beat us in another way?
Yeah, I think that when you go into a game plan, you have to look at the strengths of the team. And in the last couple of years, that has been one of our better strengths, is running the ball. So I think that teams will try to do their best to shut that down. And that's a good football move, to try and limit an offense to be one-dimensional. Whether you want them to run or want them to pass, teams often try to do that because then they only have to defend against one thing.
As good as your offensive line is, can a team just come in and say, all right, beat us another way and stop you? Or do you guys hold the expectation of yourselves that, hey, even if it's a loaded box, we're still going to run the ball?
Yeah, I think when you have a guy like 21, I mean, it's no surprise he's going to get the ball a lot. So I think, if we execute, we can still make plays. And then, when they bring those guys up there, that only helps our offense, because that opens up so much more stuff in the passing game and the perimeter. So I actually like it, because I think we can carve out a run game still, and it just opens up a lot of space for our receivers and quarterbacks to work.
I'm sure you guys are aware on the outside, people are talking about, heck, there was players that were on the team that were talking about, well, we were too vanilla, or we did this, we didn't do this. Does it feel like so far in camp that you guys are really changing things schematically or opening things up? Is that already noticeable at this point in camp?
Well, I think you can tell that there's been a focus in the offseason on finding new ways to do things, being innovative, and finding different ways to do things that we've done well. And I think that generally happens in the offseason. Coaches go through what they call a self-scout. So they'll go through and scout themselves, or our offensive guys will scout the defense and then give them the results. Hey, this is what teams are looking at. And so that's a good opportunity for everybody to learn about those tendencies and about how that all lines up. So I think that there's been definitely improvements on that end.
Okay, so tell us about the scooters. How'd the scooters come about? What's the story on those things?
Well, who had them first? Dak and DeMarcus had them, and they were pretty cool. And I think we rode them. Dak let us ride one day, and then we're like, dang, those are cool. You look pretty cool on a scooter riding around Oxnard. And then
I don't know about looking pretty cool.
I think it looked pretty cool.
The scooters look cool. The Zach Martin on a scooter gang looks cool.
I love the way I looked on that scooter.
The other day we came up, and Dak called us and said, hey, I got something for you guys, and came out and had scooters for the whole crew. So
wow,
yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's nice.
He takes care of us.
Very nice of him.
Yeah.
He didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have the contracts these guys have yet.
Right?
Wow, that guy.
Yeah.
I want to.
Right. He makes all that money off the field on TV.
I want to talk about yoga. I'm very interested in this because of specifically the position you guys play. As you guys know, I'm a total NBA nerd. And one of the things they started doing for older players, especially big players, is they had them lift fewer weights and do more flexibility in yoga, and it preserved their career. They're doing different things physically than you guys are doing, but I'm fascinated by the guys that need to be big and strong and compact. And then over here they're going, but at the same time, we want to. So where does the rubber meet the road on this? What type of yoga are you doing? Is it helping you guys? I'm fascinated by this.
I'm not really sure if there's a brand to this yoga. It's sort of specialized. The person that comes in and helps us specifically works with football players and athletes. And so from my understanding of it, her whole goal in life is to help in that exact case where guys are supposed to be big and strong and stiff, and then help try and loosen them up. And a lot of that helps with injury prevention and, like you said, longevity to be able to do that. So we're just out there doing some stuff that's helping open up our hips and our shoulders, stuff that gets tight after the rigors of camp. And I think it's probably at this point a little bit more restorative than it is future looking. But it is a good idea, like you said, as players get older, to start switching that focus a little bit. Now you still have to, in our job, you still have to continue to bang those weights, but to start looking at some of that stretching.
So one of the side ramifications of yoga is accidental body farting. So
as opposed to
what do you mean? Purposeful, directional,
farting with a purpose.
Farting with a purpose. That's
here's my plan.
He said body farting. Where else is a fart?
Because your body's just like, man, this fart's coming out.
Right.
And because of the way you're twisting yourself up, and you're like, oh, sorry about that. But as opposed to, all right, I got to let this go right here. So for you guys, has the
problem?
No, it's not a problem. Come on.
He doesn't hold it in. He's in front of it. He leans forward.
So has there been any yoga farting?
Being out here on the field with a little breeze running through, I haven't smelled it. I haven't.
You guys haven't been downwind.
We haven't been that close. We really kind of spread it out.
We really spread out. There's a big circle out there. It's
did you guys get to see it a little bit?
No.
Oh man, it's
you guys sleeping?
It's quite the.
Yes,
he was up all night playing Fortnite.
I was.
Oh man, he's on vacation out here.
He may have missed breakfast this morning.
Right.
But this is so you guys are going to play together for a long time. You're very good friends, but I want you to know something. When you were giving that answer, because as you guys know, you've been on the show many times. Ben and I usually go back and forth with questions unless we have a specific follow-up. We'll tap the guy on the knee and go, okay, I've got the next one. So we have this line of communication. We've known each other forever. So as I was sitting there, I was going to follow up with the farting during yoga question, but I knew 100% with certainty that he would hit it next. With 100% certainty, I knew he would hit it next, so I didn't have to do the follow-up. That's like you guys, and you see some linebacker coming out. Zach's got that. Hit him on the side.
Well, man, Travis, we want to welcome you back for another year.
Thank you.
Breaking news. We're going to be doing the Travis Frederick Show every week during the season on the Ben and Skin Show, and we know that there was other suitors, and they came after you pretty hard, and they were trying to steal you from us, and you stayed loyal to us and our listeners and our radio station, and we're grateful. So we just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And part of the decision process there was just how much fun that we have, and I feel like we have obviously a good connection, and I love working with the fan, the things that you guys do for us, and my foundation helped get that out. It's a big deal. So I appreciate you guys having me again.
I can't imagine anywhere in the NFL it's more fun interviewing the linemen than it is to talk to you every week and have you in the mix too, Zach.
And by the way, we're also announcing the Zach Martin Weekly Show.
Yes!
So congratulations.
An hour with the KNC Masterpiece every Tuesday night.
Can you imagine anything you'd like less than that?
Than doing a weekly show
with the KNC Masterpiece
for an hour.
We love
10 p.m.
We love having you on, and you're very good at it. But we can just tell that you don't.
I'm not.
But you're far from tyrant.
Far from tyrant, but not. And this is no. I mean, we'll let Trav do the big media.
Yeah. There you go. Well, we always love the opportunity to talk to you guys, and especially when you're together, that's a lot of fun too. So thank you guys for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.
Oh, what? Who was that? What? I didn't.
Did you?
Was your mic on?
From the clouds.
No one's going to answer.
Did you guys hear what he said?
I think he was talking to you.
Oh, love you too, KT.
A good off-camera dap.
Yep.
All the fun.
Zach's gotten good too.
Yeah. Yes.
That's turning into quite a good interview.
I just love how good those guys are, and they're very humble. Like, they don't care that they're badass. Like, those two guys right there, if you like Madden football and you think Madden is accurate, those two guys have the highest ratings on the team in terms of the best play. Those two players are the best players on the Dallas Cowboys right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think too, Ben, it's like we talked about this a little bit a couple weeks ago when we were going through the list of dark horse MVP and all these kinds of things. Man, Lyle Collins is just roaring right along, and no one talks about it because of how good those two guys are and Tyron is. And now we're to the point where we're not really worrying about Lyle, and you have a rookie who some people had a first-round grade between Travis and Tyron.
Yeah, Zach. So Zach has Zach just became the highest paid guard in the league.
Yes.
Yep.
Travis has not allowed a sack in 4 years.
What in the hell?
4 years. Travis Frederick has not allowed a sack. And you just talked about Lyle. Broada said Lyle was their best lineman in the back half of last year. Now you add a guy with a first round grade on top of all that. And now you talk about Tyron, and Travis and Zach say this is the best Tyron's looked in years, that he's found another level that they didn't even know was available. It's like this one goes to 11. They thought it ended at 10. He's playing at an even higher level.
I also thought that they were saying that he's to the point now where it's almost like, we keep bringing up Romo Wednesdays, where he kind of knows how to manage his back a little bit better for the rigors of a season. I felt like they were alluding to that. If that is the case, man, I feel really good.
Yeah, and I spoke to somebody in the offseason about Tyron and his back situation, and they said that it's one of those deals where now they know how to manage it, exactly what you're saying, but they know how to manage it with what his offseason activities need to be.
Right.
Nice.
Like how he can strengthen himself in the offseason specifically to make it through the rigors of the season. And so now he's doing all of those things during the offseason. And we talked to Tyron the other day for a minute, got to catch up with him. He doesn't really do interviews, but he's a super friendly guy.
Yeah.
And, he was coming off the field, so he was wearing his pad still, and he dapped us up. His hand is like he shook my whole arm. Like he shook my hand, but he just grabbed my forearm and kind of waved it up and down.
And you were lifting off the ground with each shake.
Yeah.
Huge mitts. It would take like 100 Sean hands to be one Tyron hand.
But that's that whole thing, though, when they talk about linemen getting their hands on you.
Oh,
and the significance of
Yeah.
that is if you also have the biggest hands and you're the strongest, that's an extra component.
The Cowboys have done so well at drafting these guys. And I
Yeah.
was the guy who wanted Johnny Manziel instead of Zach Martin. I mean, that's just embarrassing.
He's pretty good in the Canadian League.
But
He had a good second game.
But it's like the guys that they've chosen all mesh together as well.
Right.
And none of them have these huge egos.
Right.
And even if and Travis has gotten so good at answering questions, I mean, he's better than anybody I know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's better than us at answering questions. I mean, he's better than anybody. You could never get him to say anything he didn't want to say. He's always well thought out and has a fantastic answer for everything.
Do you know who mattered on all this that we don't give enough credit to?
Will McClay?
Well, no, it's good. I mean, yeah, for getting those guys, but I think Doug Free mattered a lot.
Yes.
Because I think their personalities come through, but I think Doug Free taught them how to be offensive linemen and what hey, you're a Dallas Cowboy. This is what this is about. This is the way we behave. And so I don't know. I don't know that we gave him enough credit for the sacrifices he made and so for the mentorship he provided.
Absolutely agree. It's a fantastic point. All right, we'll get this interview as well as all of our interviews out here. We'll get them up on the podcast. And don't forget, follow our Facebook page, 105.3 The Fan, and be sure to like the page. And that way, when we go live out here, you'll get a sneak preview. That was released like a day or two before. Now, coming up next, we also had a Facebook Live last night. We had an encounter with some wild animals, and a strange man took us on a weird boat, and we went with him. What happened? Tune in next to find out. You do not want to miss this on 105.3 The Fan. Before we get to that, though, I want to talk about Frankel and Frankel.
Yeah.
I got into a car accident a little over a year ago, and it really freaked me out. I had never been in an accident like this. I totaled a vehicle, and it was not my fault. A cement truck had kind of fallen apart on the tollway, and a giant piece of the vehicle got trapped under my car, and my front wheels and tires weren't touching the ground. I went into a guardrail at full speed and totaled that car. 8 or 9 airbags went off. Very scary ordeal for me. But I called Frankel and Frankel right there from the scene. I called 1-800-Lawyers, and I'm so glad I did. They helped me through the whole process, and at the end of it all, got me a nice little settlement too.
It always works out when you hire Frankel and Frankel, Ben. It's the experience. It's all the people in the firm. We kind of casually use the term army of lawyers. They got a great squad of talented people that are very experienced. So if you're the one who gets hurt in one of these accidents and it's not your fault, they know the ins and outs, and they make sure that you get taken care of. The stated goal, the most fair and just settlement possible. They know how to get you there, and we saw it work out perfectly with Ben. So if you get hurt on the streets, on the job, or even in your own neighborhood due to someone else's negligence, make sure and call the Frankels at 1-800-Lawyers, Principal Office, Dallas, Texas.
Coming up Wednesday morning on Sean and RJ, all the stories from our dinner from DFW Restaurant Week, and we'll have the audio from the Browns on Hard Knocks.
Plus, first chance at $1,000 at 7:16. We'll send you on a college football getaway at 7:40. Tomorrow morning, The Fan.
Thanks, RJ. Hey, it's KT here, and I want to talk to you about Indeed.com. When it comes to hiring, you don't have any time to waste at all. You need help getting to a short list of qualified job candidates fast. That's why you need Indeed.com. You can post a job in minutes, set up screener questions, then zero in on qualified candidates using their intuitive online dashboard. And when you need to hire fast, you can accelerate your results with sponsored jobs. New users can try for free at Indeed.com/radio. That's Indeed.com/radio. Terms, conditions, and quality standards will apply. Indeed.com provides 6 times more hires than any other job site in the world. It's simple to use, and you can just create an account, write your job description, review applications, manage candidates, and schedule interviews from your Indeed account. You'll find the right candidates faster at Indeed.com. Don't delay. You don't have time to waste when it comes to hiring. Get the best results at Indeed.com. Right now, a special deal. New users can try it out for free. Indeed.com/radio. That's Indeed.com/radio. Terms, conditions, and quality standards apply. Indeed.com/radio.
Join G-Bag Nation tomorrow as they broadcast live from the incredibly cool Butcher Board restaurant in historic downtown McKinney from 10 to 3. Celebrating DFW Restaurant Week specialty bites.
Nomar Mazara has achieved a lot in the big leagues. Big hits? Check.
Home run for Nomar Mazara. His second of the game gives the Rangers their first walk-off win this season.
Big plays? Oh, yeah.
Nash plays the carom, throws to second, and he got him.
And now he's getting a bobblehead. On Saturday, August 18th, the first 15,000 fans get the first ever Coca-Cola Walmart Nomar Mazara bobblehead when your Rangers host the Angels. Tickets are at TexasRangers.com.
We had just gotten home from vacation, and Richie had to go downstairs to grab something out of the dryer, and he had set foot in about 3 to 4 inches of water.
Well, what happened was the pressure relief valve for the hot water heater had failed, and it just leaked water while we were gone.
I had no idea the amount of damage that water could do.
With her being pregnant, the in-laws coming, a little bit of water, it rocked our world. I called USAA, and they greeted me as they always do. Sergeant Baker, how are you? They were on it. They took care of everything, A to Z. It was unbelievable. Having insurance is something everyone needs, but having USAA, that's a privilege. We're the Bakers, and we're USAA members for life.
See how much you could save with USAA by bundling your auto and home insurance. Get a quote today.
Ability to receive a quote depends on membership eligibility. Product membership eligibility and bundling savings restrictions apply and are subject to change. Members paid for their participation. United Services Automobile Association and its affiliate, San Antonio, Texas.
If you're looking for authentic handcrafted smoked meats, I've got great news for you. This is Michael Kielbasa with Kielbasa Smoked Meats, and for almost 70 years, we've been on a mission to reintroduce folks to authentic smoked meats, the way they were made in butcher shops 100 years ago. Our dry-cured bacon, smoked sausage, and chorizo are guaranteed to be the best you've ever eaten, or I'll give you your money back. Visit our website at Kielbasa.com to find a retailer near you. Kielbasa, slow crafted in San Antonio since 1949.
If you wear a denture, are you sure your breath is clean and fresh? Try Polident. It's specifically designed to clean a denture because it's tough on odor-causing bacteria, but gentle on the denture itself. Polident has a 4-in-1 cleaning system with 4 powerful ingredients that work together to deep clean your denture. It kills 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria in laboratory testing and helps to remove stains. Feel confident and clean every day with Polident. Available at Walmart for a low price every day.
What's up, Tolos? It's Troy Hughes, and I'm going to be at Metro PCS from 5 to 7 this Thursday at 105 South Cedar Ridge Drive in Duncanville. Come by and get ready for the new school year with back-to-school supplies and step into the cash machine to win hundreds of dollars. For more info, visit 1053thefan.com.
DMS Roofing has been serving the DFW area with unsurpassed craftsmanship, service, and integrity for over 14 years. Our buddies Craig and Brian Dyer and their teams are your bonded and insured storm damage experts. 972-292-7282, DMSroofing.com.
Get your guns up and enjoy a hottie toddy all week on The Fan. Listen to Sean and RJ at 740 to win your tickets to the Advocare Texas kickoff between Texas Tech and Ole Miss, September 1st at NRG Stadium in Houston. Plus, one grand prize winner will receive round-trip airfare and a one-night stay at the Omni Hotel Houston. It's a college football giveaway getaway all week on 105.3 The Fan.
Texas Tech is always the national champion.
This segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by Dallas Truck World. If you're looking for a great selection of quality pre-owned cars and trucks, Look no further. Find yours now at DallasTruckWorld.com.
Yes. Thank you, Shippy. Coming up next, Mike Fisher joins us. Then Jared Sandler. We'll turn it over for a little Rangers baseball in the home of the Rangers at 6:30 tonight. But we're live in Oxnard. I want to thank our sponsors for getting us out here. DMS Roofing, Omni Frisco, Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Dulce Vita Tequila, and, of course, Twin Peaks. Having a good time in beautiful Oxnard, California. And last night, we grabbed a dinner. And we decided to go out to dinner together. Went and got some delicious fresh seafood. And I think the restaurant's called Fresh, right?
It's called Sea Fresh.
Sea Fresh. And it's basically right on a marina. And this is a fascinating part of the world, something I'm not used to seeing. You know, Skin, you and I, of course, from Richardson, Texas. Shippy from Plano. KT from Olney. We're not surrounded by too much ocean water.
Not
right
a lot
there.
of harbors.
And it's weird to see neighborhoods that are built around marinas. Like, in other words, people can take their boat right out into the ocean and then just come back and park it in their house and walk into their house like it's a driveway or something.
Just rock through that. It's that channel life.
Yeah,
There's a channel that goes
Yeah.
through, and then you rock in, and you're good to go.
Closest thing we have to that is the big lakes, like Louisville's got a
Texoma.
little bit of, like Texoma, something like that.
Yeah, but these are like water streets. There's
Yeah.
channels.
Yep.
And it's ocean water. And, you know, and then there's kind of the big marinas where, you know, just there people are parking their boats, but they're not attached to houses. And these restaurants we were eating at were right on a marina that goes directly out into the ocean. And it was just cool to sit there. You know, we sat outside, even though it was a little bit chilly, eating fresh seafood. And we're sitting there looking at these beautiful boats and this marina. And I went to make a phone call, and I walked off into a little different area away from you guys. And while I was there, I hear this barking. It's like, oh, oh, oh. I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell is that? And there was a lot of it. And I was like, God, that sounds like it sounds like a seal. And oh my God, it sounds like a bunch of seals. And so I walked over a little closer to where the noise was coming from. And sure enough, across from the area where I was, and we were at this kind of restaurant, there was the marina part where if you have access to a boat dock, you can get down on the marina walk. And then at the edge of the walk, there was maybe 100 seals.
Yeah.
100 of them. And they had all taken over this area. So if you had a boat over there, you were screwed. You couldn't get to it. And they'd taken up the edge of this marina. And I started talking to a couple that was there, local couple. They'd just gone out there to watch the seals. And I was like, what's going on here? They said, 2 or 3 of them, maybe 4 or 5 came a few weeks ago. And then the number got bigger and bigger. And now there's just 100 of them.
Just
and
posted up.
They've overtaken that area. And when you watch these seals, you know, they're trying to stay on the wooden marina part. They're not trying to fall in the water, but every once in a while they have a standoff and they try to get, they don't use their arms. And so it's like they take their blubbery bodies and they slam them up against each other and they try to get one higher than the other.
Yeah.
And they yell and they bark. They got these big old teeth. And then somebody else told us that no, they're having sex. That's their mate. That's how they mate. So I'm like, I can't tell if they're fighting or mating. But if they're mating, it's a violent ritual.
There's both of it's going on.
Netflix and chill.
So there is mating going on, and then there's also alpha dominance going on. So when I first heard this, when me and my wife went to San Francisco, we always go to this area called Pier 47. And you stand out on the pier, and there's tons of people. And out in the pier, there's these rocks, and the seals gather on the rocks. But what happens is the dominant seal will try to take over a rock. Yeah. And so when other seals try to get on the rock, he knocks it off the rock. He's like the dominant seal. And then it starts trying to find another way in, and he waits and then goes and knocks it off. But also in the middle of all that is it's also this pile of seals. So there's also sex going on in the middle of it. And so when you first heard those sounds and we went over there and looked, man, I was like, yeah, that's cool. I've seen the seals before, but I didn't realize at first what was going on, where they were basically just blocking off a giant section of the boat slips for these boat owners.
Like 40 feet of dock.
Yeah,
that they were taking up. And when we were inside, Ben's outside. When Ben came in and we ate, Ben goes, "There's some seals out there. Y'all got to see these seals." And I didn't really think much of it.
Yeah,
I really didn't. I don't know why. Maybe I was more concerned about the sushi roll I was about to inhale. But I didn't think about it. And
remember what I said to you as we walked over there?
You said, Ben goes, "Dude, we're not leaving until you guys can look at this."
I go, you guys are going to have to go see some seals. And this is either going to be one of the most the weirdest things I've ever asked you to do, or one of the most awesome?
It ended up being both. But we went to this front little. So there's a gate because those boat slips are private.
Yeah,
and so we're on the other side of the gate, and there's Facebook Live of this, but we can't really get down to the seals. So there's a little feeling of detachment going on at first.
I wanted to figure out how to get down to the seals, but we were so far away that we needed to get into the secured boat slip area. But you have to get an ID badge or something to get through, or no code to get through, or you couldn't walk down there. And so we saw a guy going through that gate to access the boat slips where the seals were. And we just kind of yelled out to him, hey, dude, can we go down in there with you? Can we go check out those seals? And I couldn't. I thought at first he said hell no or something like that.
Well, I think what he said hell no to was we said something like, "Are you scared of those seals?" And he said hell no. And it turned out we'd find out later why he was not afraid of things like seals.
Yeah,
but there was, and I think Ben, we may even have audio of the seals before we actually hollered at this dude first.
Yeah, this is us like 150, 200 yards away.
Right, trying to figure out what the hell we're watching.
We've got a situation developing with a bunch of seals behind us, and not Navy SEALs and not SEAL the Singer. And we've been trying to figure out if we can get access to those seals, and if so, would they be aggressive, like aggressive breed dogs, or would they be loving, or would they sing "A Kiss from a Rose"?
We have a development. Apparently, there's a seal orgy going on. That one seal's about to. He's building momentum. He's headed. Oh, look, see right behind that white. Yep.
Oh my God, they're doing it.
No, that's sex.
Oh man.
Very violent seal sex.
Oh.
That's where the phrase "seal the deal" came from.
I thought they would be passionate lovers.
I've got a new suggestion, guys. The phrase "rubber meets the road." I would like for that phrase to be replaced with "when the condom leaves the package."
Oh, I like that.
You like that?
Look at it, it's doing the worm.
Get a new dance. Oh, a dance off. Dance off. Oh, they're doing a dance off. That's incredible.
No, they're just humping.
No, dude, they're crumping.
Oh, they're going to throw in the water.
Push them in the water. Push them in the water. Come on, seal.
So that's all kind of going on at first where we think we're at a safe distance.
We're pretty far away.
Yeah.
So we see this guy going in the gate, and we're like, hey, can we come down there with you?
Come on, seal.
Come down there with you. And sure enough, he waves us over. So we go over to this private area to access these boat slips where the seals are. And we start talking to this guy, and he couldn't be nicer. He's incredibly laid back, and he's wearing a hat that says Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Yes.
And we thank him for his service to our military, and we start talking to him about what he did. And he was like, would you guys like to go down closer to those seals? Sure, I'll take you down there.
Yeah.
And to give our listeners an idea, he looks like Danny McBride without a mullet.
He also talks exactly
everyone
like
knows
Danny McBride.
Kenny Powers.
Yeah.
It's without a mullet, though.
Yeah. His name is Ryan Campbell. Couldn't have been a better dude. And this, again, if you're following our Facebook page, you saw this happen live last night. Here's more audio. This is cut number 21 of us meeting Ryan Campbell and walking over towards the seals.
What's your name, sir?
Howard. Ryan Campbell, First Cat, man. Okay, so we are straight city boys, and we.
There you go.
There you go.
I'm from the country.
So Me we're too. not. I just moved here from North Carolina. Okay, so are you learning about seals, or will they really attack us?
Yeah.
What do we do?
You clap your hands,
man. Show
So
me.
based on your experience,
Let's
what's
just
the
follow
difference
this guy.
between these seals and a Navy SEAL? Look, don't ask me on that because let me tell you, Navy SEAL is badass. I know. I don't want to mess with. I don't want to mess with these SEALs either.
Are you worried about getting this close to him right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Dude, he fought in the freaking rock.
But hold on, we're getting real close now. Should we be talking about our plan?
We're with him. Are you kidding me?
He's got a no fear vibe going on.
As we got closer, the teeth on these seals were very sharp and very large. They looked like they could get aggressive. And the closer we got, there was one seal that was closest to us that was almost like the lookout for the other seals.
It was the first seal that made all the noise when we got close. And he actually told us, when you get close, they're going to start making a lot of noise to try to scare you. And so it was the very first seal, an approximation of where we were. And we got probably about 15 feet away from it. and it lifted its head up into the sky and just started unloading with seal sounds, like aggressive seal sounds. And then we just stood there. And then after about 30 seconds of doing that, it did what your dog does, where it put its head down and then just sort of like batted its eyelashes at you.
Yeah, it did have a lot of dog mannerisms.
Yeah.
It's like a water dog.
Water dog. And then after doing that and being cute for about 4 minutes, we took a couple steps closer, and then it went back to like going
alarm.
crazy.
They're coming in closer. Closer. Closer.
Now, the thing that was crazy was when the seals, as we got closer, started plotting. And that's when it got really real.
Oh, yeah, that got. Oh, I think we have one.
Yeah.
We have one more bit of audio here. Cut number 22. This is when we got really close to the orgy or the meeting, whatever it was.
This is where the seals started sounding off the alarm that we were getting too close.
Hello, seals. Hey, I know you guys were having an orgy earlier. So is he the lookout?
He's basically saying back.
He's taking on the responsibility.
All right,
no,
so
we're good. Don't worry about me.
So basically, he starts telling us if they jump in the water, that's where you want to be nervous. Because if they jump in the water, they can easily pop back up, bite onto your leg, and pull you into the water. And we were like, what? And so we started seeing some of them jump in and kind of come up around us on the side.
They were tracking us when we were retreating. When we were leaving. We looked to the side. Me and Ben saw it. You didn't see it, dude. Me and Ben saw it.
Well, I didn't see it in the water, but I saw the one that got in, and it was the one on the very back.
Yes.
And because the ones on the front stayed there, and the ones in the back are like, we're going to circle around.
But it was 5 feet away from us in the water.
It was tracking us like a nuclear sub right next to us.
Yeah.
And so that was the moment where we decided, why don't we go get on Ryan Campbell's boat?
So we go get on his boat. He had bought this old boat for $5,000, a scrap boat. And we get on this boat, and it's a tiny space, and we just hung out with him, and he told stories about the war and his life. And, you know, he enlisted on 9/11. He didn't even tell his wife. He just goes straight to the place, enlisted, and was like, F this. They're bringing the war to us. Let's go.
He was in Germany on 9/13.
Yeah.
He enlisted on 9/11. They said, we have to shut down old government buildings. If you're serious, come back tomorrow. He went back in the morning of 9/12, and he was in Germany on 9/13.
He was in Germany before he told his wife he enlisted.
Yeah.
And it was just happened so quickly. But basically, you know, he proceeded to tell us stories of just what his experience was. And, you know, so his shoulder was dislocated.
His clavicle was completely popped out of place.
It was crazy looking, but he can't get any assistance. He can't, you know.
The VA sucks.
VA sucks, and they wouldn't take care of him. And so he's in tremendous pain all the time. But he started telling us some of the stories, and, you know, he wanted to be on the front lines. And so he was in a situation where he was a gunner. He did was it 50? Was it 150?
I thought he said 50.
But he had the shooting those bullets that are basically the size of a ballpark hot dog.
Yeah.
And, you know, just firing those massive bullets off the gun, you know, off the turret. And that's kind of what he did. And he said his truck got hit, you know, by a bomb, by missile, I guess, I don't know what it was, but he said he saw it go right past his face. And everybody died. He took a head injury. He goes, hey, if I stutter, it's because I had a brain injury. But, man, it was a very special night to sit there and hear about his stories. And I felt like it helped him, too, to have some company and kind of tell those stories, because I felt like it was a little bit cathartic for him.
Yeah. What about his awesome military service dog, Ace? It was a big, giant, half pit, half lab. And it was kind of funny. We were talking about Ace, and he was like, oh, Ace could go destroy all those seals if I turned him loose.
Yeah.
I mean, he would clear the deck.
Man, it just pointed, I mean, he was so calm and just a true badass.
Very philosophical about life.
Yeah, very much so. And, you know, I just got this, you know, just visiting with him, I realized what a cotton candy world we live in for us.
Yeah.
And for us, you know, it's people like him that fight and make those sacrifices that allow us to be able to do this job that we have, which is a dream come true. And I just found myself so grateful, not only for him, but for everybody who serves in our military, to put their bodies and their lives and their families and their futures on the line to protect our freedom. It was a real special night, you know, just to be able to sit there and hear his stories. I was amazed.
And I'll tell you this too, Ben. And my sister used to work at the VA, but the stories I hear about the VA, we need to quit doing all this. Hey, pump our chest and wave flags. I mean, if the veterans here can't even get medical care, that's a lot of BS from a lot of people blowing hard. So that's a joke. And then the second thing, we need to put out the call because he showed us the picture of his platoon, and there was a guy he said he thought was from Texas named Captain Brian Logan, and he showed us the picture. And most of the people in this picture had died. And he shows the picture of this guy, and this guy even just stood like a badass. He goes, that guy's the biggest badass I've ever met. I think he's from Texas. So we got a lot of folks listening to the show or the station, they're from the military. If you're out there and you know Captain Brian Logan from Texas that was in Operation Iraqi Freedom, let us know. We would love to hear from that guy and put him and Ryan Campbell back together.
Yeah, to hear his stories, he was like, now this guy was a badass. This guy jumped out of a car, rolled, came up firing, and he had all these stories.
2 kids.
Yeah, he had amazing stories.
Yeah.
And you're right, Skin. That's why we love working with Ryan Birdman Parrott. There's a lot of crap, charities out there that say they're making life better for veterans, and some are not. But through Ryan Birdman Parrott, we can hook you up with an awesome charity. So instead of just saying, hey, look, it's Memorial Day, I'm going to put a flag in my front yard, donate money to a real military charity that helps our military because they need our help. And man, this was a very special night. But were y'all scared at any point during the night?
I don't know that I was scared because I thought that Ryan Campbell was a pretty calming influence when we got down there.
Once we got down there, yeah. I was more worried about his dog licking me because of all the stories about saliva.
You thought you thought he had undocked his boat. We were going out into the ocean.
At one point, I was thinking that we might have been slipping out into the ocean.
All right.
I love it.
Maybe you were paranoid.
Hey,
Who knows?
give that name one more time. We desperately want your help.
Captain Brian Logan. He thinks he's from Texas. He would have been in Operation Iraqi Freedom.
First guy.
Yep. And then our guy that we partied with last night, our good buddy Ryan Campbell from North Carolina, now living out here in Oxnard.
All right, awesome stuff. Hey, coming up next, Mike Fisher joins us from Cowboy Camp live in person. That's next on The Fan. Before we get to that, speaking of a company that loves to work with charities to help our military, the Low T Center. I mean, that's how we got in touch with 22 Kill and Jacob Schick was through the Low T Center. And the Low T Center, they're amazing people, and they've changed lives in this way. If you're getting to be closer to 40 or even past 40 and you just feel sluggish, you don't feel like your old self, you need to check out our friends at the Low T Center. They can help you turn your life around. Like, first thing you need to do is just go in and, I don't know, just kind of go in, get your levels checked. I mean, do you even know your numbers? Find out what your testosterone levels are. Find out if your body's producing it or not, and then go from there. They're not just going to come in and say, hey, here's some testosterone. They're going to check you out and see how to get you on the path to being your old self.
Yeah, and here's the deal. You can give a call at 972-378-5698 to find a location near you. They're all over the Metroplex. If you go to lowtcenter.com, you can find them there, but it's all about getting an appointment, getting in there, and getting your numbers checked. You can get the results in about 20 minutes, so it's super quick and easy. And, hey, in honor of taking care of you as you get older, we want you to turn to the leader in men's healthcare. They're revolutionizing the game. It's the Low T Center. Again, give them a call at 972-378-5698. Your health insurance is likely to be involved. Or go to lowtcenter.com. It's the Low T Center. Do you know your numbers?
The only way you can take the fan with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
This CBS Sports Minute brought to you by SimpleSleepTest.com. Annoying snoring could be deadly snoring. Don't ignore the snore. Get tested today at SimpleSleepTest.com.
This is Brandon Tierney with the CBS Sports Minute brought to you by Valero. Top-tier certified quality fuel from Valero keeps engines running cleaner, better, and longer. I know, they're the Pats. So as always, they'll find a way to win the requisite 12, 13 times, right? They do it every year. They're just a great franchise. However, this one feels a little different. I know it's been said before, but they lost Amendola, lost Butler, lost Lewis, lost Solder. Edelman suspended 25% of the season. No guarantee he's got that burst when he gets back. Brady's had a bulky back all summer. Plus, they got a pretty tough schedule. AFC South, Jags, Titans, playoff teams. And the NFC North, which is loaded. They might very well have the best team in the NFL in the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, Aaron Rodgers there as well. I'm not saying they're going to win 8 games, but 13 or 14? The slow descent is on. It's official. Pat's going backwards. I'm BT.
CBS Sports Radio.
We've all got places to go. From work to play. Morning to night, it's go, go, go. And then go some more. We go for music, movies, workouts, and checkouts. It's quite the busy little schedule we've got going. And we need something to keep up with it all, to keep up with life on the go. That's where Valero top-tier certified quality fuel comes in. It keeps your engine running cleaner, better, and longer, so you can get right back to going. Find a station near you at valerocleangas.com.
In golf, some rules are meant to be broken. In this connected world, we no longer think a foursome should be limited by numbers. A community shouldn't be defined by a clubhouse. We are 18 Birdies, an app that connects you to the golf you've always wanted. We're a place that welcomes players of all different strokes, people who play with heart, play for fun, play it forward, but are always willing to just play. Welcome to your game. Download 18 Birdies today.
We all know 1 + 1 = 2. But what if 1 + 1 equaled 25% off? With Allstate, you can save up to 25% when you bundle your home and auto insurance. And when you include the local expertise and trusted advice of an Allstate agent, that's some math we can all get excited about.
There's never been a better time to bundle home and auto insurance. Call one of 378 Allstate agents in the Dallas-Fort Worth area today to hear about our new lower rates. Based on coverage selected, savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Vehicle and Property Insurance Company.
Are you in good hands?
At every Twin Peaks, there's not just wall-to-wall TVs, but the best made-from-scratch menu for every fan's appetite. Plus savory shareables like the Loaded Tots or the new Nashville Hot Chicken Sandwich. And let's not forget the perfect sidekick to any meal, a frosty 29-degree beer on tap served in a 22-ounce man-sized mug. Or maybe you'll want to indulge in a barrel-aged bourbon poured over a handmade ice ball or one of the new classic bourbon cocktails like the Manhattan, all served by the best in class, the Twin Peaks girls. Twin Peaks, each drink scenic views.
They are questions that have boggled the sharpest of minds for generations. To water my lawn today or not to water? Now the answers are in the palm of your hand. Visit waterisawesome.com and receive text and email reminders telling you what your lawn needs every week. Watering advice is based on real-time data from neighborhood weather stations. Sign up for your weekly watering advice today at waterisawesome.com. Water is awesome. Use it. Enjoy it. Just don't waste it.
It's Troy Hughes from 105.3 The Fan, and in the past, I owned a Mustang, an Explorer. I even owned an 89 Ford Probe. But right now, I've got my eyes on a new ride. If you're looking for a new or used vehicle, I highly recommend you go see my friends at Platinum Ford. They're located just minutes from the Metroplex in Terrell. And when you stop by there, Stephen Gilchrist and the Gilchrist family are going to help you out. General Manager Adam Vinci personally is going to help you out. If you want more information, go to the website, PlatinumFord.com. And don't forget, drive a little further to save a lot more at Platinum Ford.
This is the exclusive home of your Rangers, 105.3 The Fan. KRLD FM HD1 Dallas Fort Worth.
A radio.com station. Live from Dallas Cowboys training camp in Oxnard. This is the Ben and Skin Show on 105.3 The Fan.
Yes, I want to thank our sponsors for getting us out to Oxnard, California to Cowboys camp. Certainly appreciate our friends at DMS Roofing, Craig and Brian Dyer. The Omni Frisco, our buddy Jeff Smith, the general manager out there. Albertsons, Tom Thumb, Carol over there at Albertsons, Dulce Vita Tequila, Twin Peaks. Greatly appreciate your support. And this has been so much fun. And our coverage continues tomorrow. Maybe, I thought Travis and Zach were fantastic, but another fun duo to talk to is Cheeto Wouzier and Jordan Lewis.
Did they top it?
Those guys are a lot of fun to talk to, and so we'll visit with them tomorrow. Do we have a time on that?
Let's do 5:20.
Okay, 5:20 tomorrow. Don't miss that. Joining us now in person out here is the wickedly talented Mike Fisher.
I thought you were going to say handsome.
Yeah, the unbelievably handsome Mike
Wickedly
Fisher.
handsome.
So, obviously, Cowboy fans are tracking the Earl Thomas situation. Are the Cowboys interested? The Cowboys fans are all about it. And now they hear, okay, there's been an injury to Jeff Heath. Is it a major injury? Will that impact Earl Thomas? What can you tell us about Jeff Heath's injury and if it impacts Earl Thomas?
Mild ankle sprain, so it doesn't impact Earl Thomas, just like Kayvon Frazier's blood clot thing didn't impact Earl Thomas in a way because the Earl Thomas concept is way bigger than any of that. Even if Jeff Heath was healthy, I'd still want Earl Thomas. If Jeff Heath was broken, I'd still want Earl Thomas. And I know you're the percentage guy, Ben.
Yep.
It's one of your most brilliant, fantastic sports games.
Thank you.
51% chance that Earl Thomas ends up in a Cowboy uniform.
Well, hold on. When?
When?
Week 6?
Before October 16th, which is the trade deadline.
Week 6, right?
Because you can up the percentages if you mean just open-ended.
Right. Next year.
I mean, I don't know. It's not like I know what I'm doing.
Right. No. But I think it matters because if I was moving the shells around, I'd go, I think it's a 90% chance. And then the trade deadline, but what about next year?
Yeah. Okay. You tricky.
You know how it goes.
So 51% that Earl Thomas gets traded to the Cowboys.
That's good.
By this year's trade deadline. And the ball's in Seattle's court. This is all them now. The Cowboys don't have to do anything. This is the training of the late, great Bob Ackles, who learned from Tex Schramm and company and taught Stephen Jones. Don't make the phone call. They make the phone call. Because, Ben, as you know, a salesman that you used to be.
Still am.
And still are. The first guy that makes the phone call loses. One of the first rules of negotiation is don't negotiate. And so the Cowboys sit on their hands here, all the while knowing they've already set the parameters. They had to have already talked to Earl Thomas and his representative about the financial parameters. Otherwise, they couldn't have had the in-depth trade talk that they already had on draft weekend with the Seahawks. And those parameters were, we're about ready to give you a 2, and we'll absolutely give you a 3. So somewhere in that triangle is where this sits.
Do you think right now the Cowboys would absolutely give up a 3rd for Earl Thomas?
Yes.
Wow.
You do?
Yes, they were going to give up a 2nd.
Wow.
Now we can get tricky with it and say we'll give you a 4th, no matter what, including if we don't sign him. You could do that. You could say we'll make it a 3rd if he signs. We'll make it a 2nd if he makes the Pro Bowl, or we go to the NFC Championship game. Because let me ask you this. If I go to the NFC Championship game, am I happy having sacrificed a 2nd-round pick for Earl Thomas and I have him on a long-year contract? Then I don't care. And if you're the head coach, what do you think about it?
Love it.
Right. But don't you think it's all Steven? I mean, I know he cares what everybody thinks, but this is where I think it's real interesting when they were ready to make that trade. And they were absolutely ready. And then they didn't make the trade, and now they have 3 starters. And I think that speaks volumes too. So wait, so why are we giving all this up?
3 minimum wage starters.
Yeah. And
no doubt.
And that's how you win in the NFL. And they have such a unique situation because the front office will never get fired.
Correct. Now we should probably not quite yet say Leighton Vander Esch is a starter,
right?
Since he's not,
right?
But
True.
and we probably can't say that Michael Gallup is a starter yet because I have no idea. One day Cole Beasley is our go-to guy.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, Tavon Austin catches 2,000 passes a day. So I'm not sure who their starter is a wide receiver, but Skinny, I understand your point. I just think, and this isn't old Jerry thinking. This isn't Deion Sanders. Let's get crazy and let's fight with the NFL about sponsorships and get on the cover of Sports Illustrated. This is a football evaluation. Right. Earl Thomas is one of the 2 best safeties in football. He's a future Hall of Famer, virtual guarantee, who's 29 years old, who'd like to be here.
Right.
Those are some good bricks in the wall.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, dude, you got me salivating for him to come here. Let's make it happen. So the problem is that Seattle will only take a 2nd. If the Cowboys would offer a 2nd, it's a done deal. And the Cowboys would be okay with the contract?
I don't know why they wouldn't. Why wouldn't Seattle take a 2nd?
Because, the other thing too, and this is something that Mark Cuban gets roasted for all the time.
Yeah.
At this point, you're like, we can totally dominate this deal because they have a guy that's not even going to play for him.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you start going, you're in week 3 and Earl Thomas hasn't shown up. You go, hey guys, trade deadline's coming up. We'll give you a conditional 4 for Earl Thomas.
Right.
And then if he starts and plays great, we'll bump it up to a 3. There's no need, if you really think that he's not going to play for Seattle, there's no need to rush out and give up assets now because that starts going down as the time ticks.
Let me ask you guys this collectively. If the Cowboys are not going to contend this year, what in each of your opinions will be the one area in which they fail so they cannot contend? And I know it's early, it's hard to say, but like right now, is it because they won't have a pass rush? Is it because they can't pass the balls? Is it because they can't run the balls? Is it because they can't stop the run? Is it because they, what is it?
I'll go first.
Okay.
They will not win games throwing the ball.
Okay.
They might win games and they might throw the ball, but they won't win games because they threw the ball.
So their biggest issue right now is their passing game of everything they have. Okay. What do you guys think?
I mean, this is a cop-out answer, but if they get hurt again.
Well, I mean, what position
or unavailable? Really, any position.
All healthy right now.
All healthy.
Boy, that is a cop-out answer.
I'll come back
Health
to you,
is
Kevin.
your answer?
Yeah, it would be if the quarterback doesn't take a little bit of a step forward.
Okay.
I think they'll have massive problems if they don't get their interior of their defensive line shorn up because teams will be able to run all over them.
Yeah.
And once they run all over them, Jalen and Deshaun are in the box, and now they're getting torched downfield.
Okay.
So it's that symbiotic relationship of, man, if there's a massive push in the middle on every single snap, that's going to cause problems.
So for me, I'm not convinced that Earl Thomas is the difference this season. But it's really because I don't have confidence in the passing game. I don't know that they're going to be able to. They're going to have so many stacked boxes, and those concerns there in the defensive line and the middle of the defensive line, those are valid concerns too. So I don't know that they're Earl Thomas away. But I wonder what Jerry thinks as we talked about him looking at this. He's not looking at a 10-year plan. He wants to go win right now. And so I wonder if they believe in their passing game. I mean, they're the ones who believed in Jalen, and guess what? Jalen's here. I wonder what they believe about their passing attack, what they believe about their interior of their defensive line. Do they think they're contenders right now?
For me, every team in the NFL, with only a few exceptions, should think we're close.
Absolutely.
Because it's an 8-8 league. Which teams aren't an Earl Thomas away from being good?
We went from 4-12 to 13-3. That's the NFL.
Right.
We went from 4-12 to 13-3. There was not one NFL expert last August 14th going, you watch the Eagles win the Super Bowl. Not frickin' one.
Okay, and then you know
not even one in Philly.
Then what'd you do? Then you went from 13-3 to what was essentially 8-8.
Right.
And this
unless you count the preseason game.
And hold on, I know we just kicked him in the nuts, but why did that happen? Because of injuries. This team went from 13-3 to just like the rest of the NFL. Tyron was hurt, and then there was a collapse, and Zeke had this thing hanging over his head. He might as well have been hurt. And then, the year before, Sean Lee was always there, and then Sean Lee missed games. And so it's just the way most teams are. Most teams don't have depth, but this team got decimated by injuries.
I don't personally think it's just injuries. I think the league caught up to Dak and Linehan last year also. So I think that was a big part of it as well.
All right, to the contender point, who's not a contender? KT, this is your department.
Who's not the Buccaneers?
Okay, the Jets.
The Jets, probably the Browns.
Maybe you sure?
I'm sure.
They're not yet. They could go 8-8. 8-8's not contenders.
Dude, they've got the dumbest coach in the league.
I know.
And the dumbest defensive coordinator.
Are
in the
San
league.
Diego Chargers contenders?
San Diego might be good.
Okay. They seem like the ultimate 8-8 to me.
I mean, so what are we talking about?
The Washington Redskins are not contenders. I don't think. But I think the Giants are.
We're struggling to come up with 5 teams.
I think the Colts.
Right, exactly.
Right. And when we say Cleveland go 8-8, well, again, that means they can go 9-7.
Right. They're on the edge of the playoffs.
There you go.
Right.
That 2/3 of the NFL will finish within 2 games of 500.
Right.
Okay, but if Jerry Jones thought the Cowboys were contenders, he would give up a second-round pick right now if they thought they were Earl Thomas away.
Unless you thought if you wait a week, it could be a third.
Okay.
And if you wait another week, you can try to make it all conditional, which ultimately somebody's going to have to think creatively with some creativity here. The conditional picks and the what if picks, but they will talk again. The Cowboys just want it to be Seattle making the phone call.
Awesome stuff, Fish. We appreciate it, brother. There he goes, Mike Fisher. Coming up, Jared Sandler gets us ready for Rangers baseball. Giovanni Gallardo against Patrick Corbin. That's coming up next on 105.3 The Fan. Jared Sandler. But here's your chance to win $1,000. The word for this hour is skull. SKULL. SKULL is the word. Text that word to 72881, and you could win $1,000. Good luck, everybody. All right, if you're doing the hiring for your company and you're looking for your next superstar, don't look just on a job posting website. Look on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the place you need to go. LinkedIn is where you're going to find your next superstar, because LinkedIn is a place where people already go all day, every day to find out about new awesome opportunities, new jobs. They go there to network. They go there to try to grow professionally and find out where their next gig is.
Yeah, LinkedIn.com is great, Benny boy. In fact, we got a cool offer. If you go to LinkedIn.com/Ben and Skin, all spelled out, that's going to hook you up to where you get $50 off your first job posting. And this matters because the way LinkedIn.com works, hey, 9 out of 10 people over there are open to jobs in new industries. They're going to find you the best candidates. You're going to reap the benefits, and you also get the hookup at LinkedIn.com/Ben and Skin. Get that $50 off. Terms and conditions apply.
Coming up Wednesday morning on Sean and RJ, all the stories from our dinner from DFW Restaurant Week, and we'll have the audio from the Browns on Hard Knocks.
Plus, first chance at $1,000 at 7:16. We'll send you on a college football getaway at 7:40. Tomorrow morning, The Fan.
Hi, this is Drew Pearson. UA Local 100 is looking for apprentices and journeymen in the piping trades, providing great pay with health benefits for you and your family. Contact UA Local 100 now at 469-520-1261 or visit ualocal100.org.
Hey, Beninsky here for Get Mortgage Ready. If you're looking to get out of your apartment and into your own home, your own house, well, we recommend Get Mortgage Ready. In fact, they're the only advocate for first-time buyers that I've ever even heard of. I don't know anyone else who does what they do. It's really remarkable. Parker, from our nighttime show tonight, the KNC Masterpiece, he recently called them, and he was blown away because he wanted to get out of his apartment. He's starting a young family. He's like, I'd like to have a house, a yard for, eventually have a family and a dog and have people over or what have you. You just don't get that out of an apartment complex. Better yet, you don't own it. So you're not going to make any money when you get out of that apartment. But if you get a good deal on a house and you sit on it and it appreciates, you got equity, you got money in your pocket. So call Get Mortgage Ready to get out of that apartment.
Yeah, 214-692-5300. Tell them Ben and Skin sent you. They'll figure out real quickly if you're mortgage ready. That whole process is free. And if you're ready, boom, let's get after it. Let's save you money on your closing costs and get a strategy for down payment and find the right realtors, the right lenders. If you're not ready, they get you ready. It's awesome. And if you're a first-time home buyer, it's very unlikely for you to succeed and find the house you want unless you use them. That'll up your ante significantly. GetMortgageReady.com at 214-692-5300.
Now's the time to get a new car from Autoflex Leasing and find out the advantages of leasing. Or better yet, ask your grandpa. If he's anything like mine, you're going to learn a lot. You see, in my grandpa's generation, you financed a car for 24 months. Wasn't prudent for a longer period. He always traded when he paid off the car. Over the last 50 years, Grandpa has bought 25 cars. As a matter of fact, he just bought a new car last month. Do you know what owning cars has done for Grandpa? It got him the down payment on the car he just bought. Now think for a minute. If Grandpa had leased those same cars and it made even $100 a month difference in his payments, we'll take that and compound it over 50 years. Grandpa might have bought the dealership and not just another car. Call Autoflex Leasing at 234-1234 from any local area code. Everyone has the same choice to finance or to lease and put the difference in the bank. Think about what you'll have 30 years from now. Call Autoflex Leasing today at 234-1234. They'll save you a lot of money.
College football is back, and the season officially kicks off at NRG Stadium Saturday, September 1st, as the Texas Tech Red Raiders take on the Ole Miss Rebels in the Advocare Texas Kickoff. Papa John's meal deals are on sale now, starting at just $50. Call 832-667-2390 or visit AdvocareTexasKickoff.com to be a part of the show this Labor Day weekend. It's the Red Raiders and the Rebels. It's Big 12 versus SEC. It's big-time college football right here in Houston. Don't miss it.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Hey, Corey. Are you okay? I mean, you look fantastic, but are you okay?
I'm feeling pretty good. A little bit sore because I've been playing a lot of basketball lately. When I was in college, I was playing 2 to 3 times a week. But whenever I got done and started putting on some weight, the body just couldn't handle it. I couldn't get out there. I couldn't run up and down the court the same way. Now that I've lost all that weight, not having that extra 20, 40, 60 pounds on my body dragging me down, it's become, okay, I can do this. I can get back out there and do the things I used to be able to do.
I'm glad that you said 20, 40, 60. In my case, it was more than 170 pounds. I've shed like an entire adult off of me, and not just from faking them out in your basketball game. So I feel you. So whenever you're ready to dunk on your least favorite family member, make your way down to Garland, Plano, Fort Worth, Southlake, Arlington, or Dallas. You can also hit Soda people up at sodaweightloss.com or call 1-800-800-5080.
That's Soda. Say it with me now. State of the art.
Thanks to you, we're taking DFW Sports Radio to a whole new level.
Go higher! Go higher!
100,000 watts of FM power and the home of the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers. This is DFW Sports Station 105.3 The Fan.
Following segment of the Ben and Skin Show is brought to you by Brakes Plus.
You know Brakes Plus are the brake experts. Come experience the Plus. Mention this ad and get an oil change starting at $26.99. Visit BrakesPlus.com to schedule your appointment today.
America comes to Brakes Plus.
If credit card companies are blowing up your phone, then do what more fan listeners do. Make the free call to Mark Rubin at 1-800-LAWYERS. Mark can fix it. He'll stop all the harassing collection calls and stress. For 24 years, he's been Dallas-Fort Worth's go-to guy. So get your credit under control with Mark Rubin at 1-800-LAWYERS and Rubin & Associates.
Hey, when we were speaking about the military, we mentioned Ryan Birdman Parrott. He's got a charity called Bird's Eye View. It's actually, he's got multiple charity. He oversees like 8 different charities because his own charity, he had some success with it, and he looked around and he saw other military-based first responder charities that weren't doing as well. And so he started lending a helping hand to multiple charities. So we talked earlier, supporting our country, our military isn't just about putting out a flag on Memorial Day. It's about getting involved and donating to a charity that's actually doing things for our military. So if you are curious about that, you can go to Bird's Eye View. I believe it's birdseyeView.com. It could be birdseyeView.org. All you got to do is Google Bird's Eye View, Ryan Parrott, and you'll see multiple charities to choose from. If one of those really resonates with you and touches your heart and you feel compelled to give and donate, I can promise you with those charities, that money will go to help our military and our first responders. I can guarantee you that. All right, joining us now to get us ready for a little Rangers baseball is Jared Sandler, the host of our Rangers pre- and post-game show. And Jared, you got a little Giovanni Gallardo tonight versus Patrick Corbin. What are you expecting to see in this matchup?
Well, Giovanni Gallardo is a guy who has just become a master at really not throwing strikes, but throwing pitches that are close enough to being strikes that he gets swings. If he catches too much of the plate, he's in trouble. But he's become really good at, throwing pitches that are right on the perimeter or maybe a ball's length outside or inside or high or low. And that's really kind of been his bread and butter. For Patrick Corbin, he's a lefty who's lethal against right-handed hitters. His slider is one of the best pitches in all of baseball, and so the Rangers are going to have their hands full with that pitch tonight.
What is the latest on Adrian Beltre? I'm not exactly sure. It was a hamstring, or what was it?
Yeah, he aggravated, his hamstring injury, left hamstring, I believe, and right now he's still just day-to-day. With the off day tomorrow, the Rangers have the ability to basically sit him tonight, see how he recovers tomorrow, and then make a determination on Thursday with the ability to still backdate the DL stint if needed. But I think the Rangers are optimistic that he will avoid the DL, which is a great sign. But I think we'll know more on Thursday. My guess is he's, even though he's on the bench tonight, I'd be surprised if he was used.
So Ranger fans have probably been extremely frustrated watching Cole Hamels go look like the best pitcher in all of baseball since he's been traded. The Rangers finally got their player to be named later as a part of the Cole Hamels deal. However, we should be clear it had nothing to do with his performance once he arrived. It was just a player on a list of players, right? So what can you tell us about the player to be named later that has now been named?
Yeah, they got 17-year-old Alexander Ovalles. He's an outfielder in the Dominican Summer League with the Cubs. He's having a good year, but the Dominican Summer League is a low level. It's often used for guys like Ovalles, 17-year-olds who were just brought into the organization. He was signed by the Cubs last year. He's an outfielder. We really don't know a ton. The numbers are strong, but this is not a guy who's among their top prospects by any means.
How well would the Air Hogs do in that summer league?
I think the Air Hogs would probably do pretty well. Okay. They might win the Dominican Summer League. And to be clear, Ovalles plays for the Dominican Summer League 2 team. There's the Dominican Summer League and there's the Dominican Summer League 2, and Ovalles is on the 2 team.
Now, is that like Caddyshack 1 versus Caddyshack 2?
Exactly. I think it's exactly like that. Yes.
So the number 2 is not as good.
Oh,
Yes.
man, I love a good number 2. Did you hear our interview with Mike Minor earlier?
I didn't. I was in the clubhouse. I never really get to hear those interviews when we're at home because it's during our clubhouse time. But I did speak with Mike Minor afterwards, and he really enjoyed the interview. He did make a point to
telling me that you guys apologized for your line of questioning. I'm not sure what that was about.
Well, we apologized for KT.
Okay, and then he also said when you guys asked him about living in Nashville or going to college at Vanderbilt, whatever it might have been, and then you asked about country, if you like country, he said yes, and he said it seemed like you guys didn't know where to go from there. But he said he had a great time. He'd love to make this a daily interview with you guys.
Okay, good. Well, we'd like to.
He
do
never
that.
said that. He didn't say that.
Okay, he did. Was he thinking it?
He was thinking it, and he did
Joining
want me to
us
tell
now.
you guys that Cole Hamels in 3 years will not be an ace.
Oh, so he would answer the question that you
He
won't
would
answer.
You should have
Okay.
asked him. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point?
That's a fair question. And again, we'll ask you now that you've seen Cole Hamels, how well he's pitching. Will he be an ace in 3 years?
You know, Ben, I don't know, but I'd really like to know from your perspective, what's at stake for Giovanni Gallardo tonight?
Jared, we're out of time. We're going to have to let you go. Coming up next, Rangers baseball on the home of the Rangers. Thank you to Ted Nichols Paint for engineering out here in Oxnard, California. Thank you to Joan and Payroll. Thank you to the Vielma brothers in Fort Worth and Raul and the boys downstairs.
Coming up next on The Fan, everything that's at stake for the Texas Rangers.
Love you, Shippy.
Has mileage ever kept you from leasing a car? Well, it shouldn't, because D&M Leasing now offers mileage forgiveness on all of their easy leases. Now